Hello, Megan.
Hello, Tammie. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And hello, Eve and Tara. And welcome to Watts Island.
Yes. Hello.
Use
Yeah.
sound effects.
Yeah. Do sound effects there. Let's see. There's the applause. There we go. Sound effects. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. And
Drum
hello,
roll.
Eve.
There we go.
I said drum board has to get on board.
Yeah. Let me remove this just for a few minutes till we talk, and then I'll put it back up there.
Okay. Yes, we're
How
using
is
Tammie's internet, everyone. So as you can tell, it's much better.
Hey, mine used to suck. I mean, I used to have to like go literally go in and out,
Yeah.
part take one, take two. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So, and then when we got this, it's much better. But
Yeah.
I used to be the who we got Chief. Hello, Chief. How are you?
No.
I thought I heard I thought the wind blew a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your hair moving.
yeah. Miss Eve is in here again. She has just spent the day with us, hasn't she?
Yes, I appreciate it so much.
Yes.
Miss
Tara.
Kara.
Tara. Did you
How
make
was your
your
weekend? Yeah.
lunch? Did you make your food? Did you make yours, Megan?
Yeah, I just had some pizza, so I just ate
Yeah.
that actually. I didn't really want to make anything else yet. I made
Yeah.
like chili yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
My
easy.
husband really dn't want anything because he's been sick, so
Yeah,
he just had some soup and crackers, and so because he
that's
had
good.
that flu, so
Yeah. I love soup though. I can eat it like every
yeah,
day pretty much. So,
yeah, I like it with a salad or that soup that Witchy Mama sent me. That it's like a tortilla soup. It is
mhm.
so good, and I made um, quesadillas with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was like you could put chicken in it, or you could leave the chicken out and put the chicken in your quesadillas,
Yeah.
and have
Yeah.
chicken quesadillas with the soup. It's a great side. It is a great side dish. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you like don't like a whole lot of meat all the time. I don't like it as
Yeah.
much as I used to. So
No, me either.
I didn't put too much meat on the pizza this time. I just did like some Canadian bacon.
Yeah.
So, hi,
I'm just,
Dad.
I'm just good with cheese pizza or veggie
Yeah,
pizza.
that's what I told Chris. I was like, as I'm like getting older, or whatever. I just think cheese pizza is the best, like which is like
That's the
mushrooms.
bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, just like mushrooms or some olives or
Yeah.
something. I don't really
Yeah.
care for all the extra toppings anymore and all that stuff.
No.
It's
Nah.
too much. So,
No. Claude. Hi,
yeah.
Claude. How are you? Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
So we are going to be finishing the last part of the Watts back rub for the interview. Cheese and
Yes.
olives.
Is everybody ready for cheese and olives? That's right. Black
Yeah.
olives, green olives. I'm not picky.
Yeah, I did green olives and black olives this time. I like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris doesn't love black olives, but the more that like I put them in stuff, he doesn't mind.
Yeah. We have like it's the I don't know if every well, we have a hometown pizza place.
Yeah.
They're more than just in our parish, they're in other parishes, but they're just exclusive down here. But or up here. And they have every year there's a sweep the swamp
Hmm.
pizza. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it is you get crawfish on it and
Yeah. I don't like crawfish very much. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to because they're right down here. Texas
yeah,
loves the crawfish boil.
yeah,
I just don't care for crawfish. I don't really like shrimp that much though, to
yeah,
be
me
honest.
either. Yeah.
Um,
I'm supposed to like it too from because I'm from Louisiana. They're like, you're from Louisiana, how do you like crawfish? Look, when I was growing up, teenagers, that's all we did in the summer was crawfish bowl,
yeah.
catfish fry,
Mhm.
shrimp. I mean, I got tired of it. I really got tired of it. So I don't eat it
Yeah.
anymore. But
I really just like crab, like blue crab. I love blue crab. So I don't mind that most of the time, but even that can be rich too sometimes, really good
yeah,
crab. So, but that's probably my favorite would be blue crab.
if it's got a strong taste, I'm not.
Yeah.
I gonna not
Yeah,
gonna
my
eat it.
mom doesn't like strong tasted like flavor like fish or like she doesn't like tuna or things
Oh,
like
I
that.
don't either. Ugh,
Yeah. See, I don't
mm-mm.
really it's funny because I don't feel like I like fish that much, but I don't mind tuna. I don't like
I
it
don't.
raw though. It has to be cooked all the way. Like most people want it raw. I don't like it raw.
Ugh.
But
Mm-mm.
that's only probably one of the only fish that I can't eat though. I don't really like
Yeah.
the flakiness or the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm just not into it.
yeah, I don't care for seafood
Yeah.
that much though, being Ohio.
Mm-mm.
So
So we were going to show y'all the ping video, but we got very disappointed because it has been removed.
yeah,
We don't know if she privated it for a reason or
yeah,
what happened. So
yeah. I don't
we-
even know. I'm guessing the channel still exists. I actually didn't even look to see if the channel still existed. But it
yeah.
was a good video. Like I said, I watched the whole thing. There was nothing in it to me that stood out that should have made it private for whatever reason. So,
Hmm.
but like you found another one, so hopefully, that'll kind of
Yeah. I
stay along the
found.
same lines of the
Yeah.
pings.
Yeah.
Should.
We may not get a chance to look at it. If we do, we will. We certainly will. But I haven't seen it. I just found it. But
Yeah.
it was disappointing because we really wanted to go over that one.
Yeah.
Um,
And I liked it. It was a perfect map. It overlaid the neighborhood, and it showed like the days leading up to verse and that day, not just, certain moments. So that's why I thought that was a
right.
good ping map.
Yeah. And it's almost like, I mean, no matter what, if she struck it and it had to be taken down, my thing is you changed your name.
Yeah.
So why
Mhm.
so why are you worried about the videos that came out?
It might have been the only thing that I noticed in those on that channel. Maybe they talk a little bit about Jim, maybe. So a lot of channels don't include him as a part of the whole way that they're like viewing it or who could be involved and stuff. And I know that
Hmm.
a lot of times they want his name left out of stuff. So I do think that they did bring up, a possible
Yeah.
person, another person. So that's the only thing I could think of that might have been a little bit different than the other videos.
He might have struck it too.
Yeah, because I do
Okay.
know when Armchair Detective was scared of ever talking about anything, that was it. He
Yeah.
didn't want to talk about him. Like you couldn't even almost start to say the letter of the name. So it was
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It
You
was like
can.
shaking boots about everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's the
Tara
only thing I
said Ad did a ping video. AD did a ping video, if I can talk.
okay.
And the pings were very telling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They were.
all his stuff's gone.
Yeah. What'd you say? He has a bunch of channels now that are named what? I can't remember what you said they were named after. Like all of his different channels.
Oh yeah, they were like an island. Let's say, but I can't remember Juju Island or Gigi. I can't remember. He had like two or three of them
Yeah.
islands, and I guess he was moving. He would have those islands so that
He can move
um,
stuff.
because he was
Yeah.
getting struck on the other ones. But I liked his channel. I mean, I learned a lot from it because he definitely did a lot of work
Yeah, I
before
did.
he presented that stuff. So I mean, I liked how he presented stuff. One of my things I'll never forget is get your pen and paper out or
Yeah.
your pencil and notebook out. We're gonna
Yeah.
take some notes. But yeah, um, yeah, I can't remember if Chicken Lady comes in. She might be able to tell us. I mean, she probably can tell us, but she might not want to say that on
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Because there was so much trouble around him, and I don't blame her. But I can't remember the islands that they used to be, but I think they were like there's two or three of them.
Yeah, it was just funny when you said it because after you told me what he started naming them, I was like, well, that's pretty interesting. He started naming. And I didn't know he had all the books either that he started trying to write.
I know he had one, but he might have had another one, and I think the one I know of, I don't think it was. There it is. It was. I think it was Juju. I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
The one book that I was thinking about, I don't think it ever was published.
So does he get kicked off every time he tries to get on here? Is that what happens? Like, because I think you can. I think there's certain platforms where they can like find out. I feel like that's like Kelly's, to be honest. I don't know. Could be wrong 100% about that. But I feel like maybe there are certain creators you can't even have a page anymore if you get
Mm-hmm.
caught trying to open
Mm-hmm.
it and again. I think that happened to Critical K. I don't
Or
know.
if you come back, you can't be monetized ever.
It's something like that. Like I know
Yeah.
there's certain guidelines to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was a woman creator who used to do that a lot, and she'd get kicked off a lot, and then she'd open up a different one. They'd find out it was her, and she'd be like, "Well, I got kicked off again."
Yeah, because when she left, she left. I mean,
Oh
I've
yeah,
never heard of her trying to come back for sure, but she could have. But
yeah.
I kind
I
of
don't
stay out of that.
remember. Yeah, I don't remember her splitting off or anything to a different one. She might have, but like I
Yeah,
kind of remember her coming back and like kind of wiping the page a bit, and then trying to rebuild it that way. But like it just didn't work. I think there was too
yeah,
much had already happened. You know.
yeah,
So
yeah. But I did. I mean, I will say I'm here to say I learned a lot from him.
yeah. Well, he had a bunch of people working with them too. It wasn't like it was
Yeah.
just him. So there was a
No,
lot of
no.
different people weighing in on it with different like we were saying earlier, like having the lives and collaborating and stuff. It's everybody's different perspectives and
Yeah,
opinions and things that
and
you
the,
didn't think of.
yeah, and I'm sure they helped him. From
Hmm.
behind the scenes where we didn't see. I know Chicken Lady helped him a lot. That's how I met her. That's why
Hmm.
I love Chicken Lady because I would always go in AD's chat and she would always speak to me.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, she never failed to speak to me. And then after he was gone and I didn't see her for a while, and then one day I forgot whose chat it was in. I don't know if it was I can't remember whose I think I remember whose chat it was in, but I don't want to say because I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Um, but I seen her and I was like, is that the chicken lady? That's what I put.
The
What
chicken
I
lady.
That's what I put in the chat because I was so excited. I was like, oh, "Is that the chicken lady?" And somebody's like, "Yes, that is her." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I haven't seen her in forever."
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He
That's
did
kind of
say
cool.
he had researchers, and yes, I'm live.
Yeah. Yeah. He did have researchers though. I know Emma
Yeah,
used to help him a lot.
yeah,
And then some others. Because
yeah.
Emma would
Yeah.
be the one that would email me
That's
to
her
like
name. I couldn't remember her
pretty
name.
sure it was
Okay.
Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would email me and that's when we would set up and whenever he had his psychic days of like the week or whatever, and he'd bring us on and then it would be like me and some other lady like Roxy or something. Her name was
Oh, I
Roxy.
remember her now. I haven't thought of her since
Yeah.
you said
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
I wonder if I'm sure she probably still has hers too, I would
yeah,
think. I don't see why she wouldn't. I
yeah,
remember them messing with her as much as they'd mess with me. They'd come in
yeah,
there doing the same things to her, and they'd even like try to call me like her daughter one time. Like, oh, is that Roxby's daughter or something? I was like, who the fuck is it? Because I didn't
yeah,
know who it was yet. And then I went over there and I was like, oh, okay. I got the joke, whatever,
yeah,
But
yeah.
it was, yeah, they were always saying some real asshole things to her and
No,
some of
you're
the
all
other
right.
people.
Sorry, my phone always changed. I love
Yeah.
Chicken Lady. Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I figured that's what you meant, but yeah. So, all right, Tinsel, stop. Me
Oh,
and my
yeah.
cat have been fighting because she is being a little.
Yeah, she was smacking Tammie around.
She was. I mean,
She
mean
was
because
trying to.
she wanted me to pet her, but she really like she wants to pet you almost, and you not touch her, and then you touch her,
Yeah.
and then she. So mean ass. So I'm trying to get her to get off my table altogether, but she won't.
Yeah, she's probably not gonna.
And I don't want her to claw me because it hurts. So
Yeah.
we are going to, I might have to close that blind though, because that sun is,
I had to close this one over here. It's
it's
starting to.
setting, it's starting
That's
to
what I said. I
set.
got these glasses and I put this blue light setting or whatever on your glasses so that you can look at the computers better, but it gives the worst glare like
Yeah,
ever. Do you like it's like no
yeah,
matter what, it's like this constant glare on my glasses. I'm like, that's really freaking annoying,
yeah, that's
actually.
better.
You know?
Now I got that, when you look in the sun and then you try to go
Mm-hmm.
inside and then your
All
eyes are like,
dots. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm going to go over here into off of StreamYard so I can
Okay.
start the video. If you
Sounds
need me
good.
to stop it,
Yeah.
let me know.
Okay.
So the back rubbing continues. Is everybody ready? You got your stripes ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
Ready, Tara?
You're
E.
ready. You're ready. I hope y'all rested your hands before the live here. Okay.
I'm gonna have my microphone muted off and on because I Connie's back there going. Just like I heard him. He's like,
Oh, okay.
what if robots did this? He has a crazy question. He's funny.
Trying to get the subtitles on.
Mm.
I don't know why the captions aren't coming on. I'm trying to get the closed captions
I
on.
feel like every time the sun starts to go down and I sit here, like it makes me yawn nonstop. Like, and it's like I'm fine until the sun starts setting right in my eye.
Yeah, I know, and that makes you sleepy.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's weird.
Tara.
Yeah.
Tara's laughing. Oh,
The chicken's
Tara,
glitching.
the what?
The chicken's glitching.
The chicken's glitching.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh gosh, you guys.
I know.
Just burping.
She'll start rubbing in a minute.
As that we buy these little like pokey sticks and they're dipped in like strawberry chocolate and
Yep.
Chris thinks that his sugar is going up from it and he was like that's why his sugar is going up because he was eating those pokey sticks. I was like that was me. I ate them last night. And he was like no, he's like it's half gone. I was like yeah, I ate a lot.
the Pocky sticks, yeah, and the red box. Yeah.
I love the strawberry ones, but it's funny because he was just like, yeah, I knew it. I knew he was eating them. I'm like, it was actually me.
It was.
He's just
Not
diabetic. That's the problem.
That's right. Dang it. I can't even get away with anything around this place.
Yeah, darn. Why are you doing that, Connor?
Right. Dang. Lord.
I didn't blame baby boy. You did. Like, it's me.
What, Chris is like you blame baby boy?
Yeah, he's like, don't blame my baby boy. I was like, it was you, actually. I admitted it was me. I admitted it was me.
I could have just let you think that.
Yeah, I could have just let you think it was him. And
Yeah.
I don't know why it's going up. It absolutely is because he ate those.
Dang. Tara. Lord.
I'm not swollen in the face from all the sugar I ate last night. That's not nothing to do with it.
No, Nope. That's not why my sugar's skyrocketing.
Not all that
No way.
pizza and sugar and
Right. Nope. Can't be any
Not
of
me.
that. And soda, if I drink any, we won't even talk about it.
I know. I need to put this one up. I already drank half of it.
Yeah.
I try to just drink half and then put the other half up for later. Some self-control.
He's trying to tell her about the kids. I'm going to rewind it a little bit because I think she started talking the last time and I think I cut her off and stopped the video. So I think I want to go back.
Okay.
Because I think he's starting to talk about what happened, and I think I went too far.
Okay.
So let's go. Oh yeah, I don't remember this last time.
I don't remember exactly where we left off either.
I think. Oh yeah, we didn't get that. We're way ahead. I need to put this back. Okay, so because Daddy was still in there when we went in there.
Was Daddy there?
Mm-hmm. Daddy was still in there because Kim kept speeding it up. So we skipped a lot. We had to go back. I'm very sorry, y'all. I guess when I brought it up, sometimes when I bring a video from I usually stop it.
Yeah.
Where we stop and I leave it there in my playlist, but sometimes when you bring it up, it screws with
goes back to the beginning.
content.
Yeah, for a while it wasn't. For a while it was followed into sync pretty well.
Yeah.
And now it started doing it again.
Of course it did. Yeah. So here we go. We were ending with the back rubbing. That's what it was.
Oh, here. This is our delusion hour over here. Everybody gonna be random stuff over here.
This is the show. Y'all don't worry about Chris. We're gonna listen to Connor and that Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
They're having a good
Listen to
time.
Con.
That's right.
He said, I'm not Connor. My name evolved. At first, I was just C, and then I became Con, and then I became Connor, and now I'm just Connor Kit Chick 1 2 3.
Oh,
He's the longest. He's funny.
sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. He's always evolving.
No, it's all right. Hey, that's okay. Keep evolving, buddy. Keep going.
Yeah, you're not growing if you're not evolving.
That's right. That's right. We learn. It's supposed to learn every day. Some of us do not, but others do. Right.
Right.
All right. Here we go to the rubbing, y'all. Get ready.
Okay.
That kills me. That kills me, Kim. Speeding it up.
Is it pulled up yet for your side? I don't see it yet.
Hold
I
on.
thought I pulled it up earlier and I didn't, and I was talking to myself about it.
Yes, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Perfect. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I
Get
got
over here, buddy.
I gotta pull it back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to find the timestamp earlier and I couldn't find the timestamp. And then I'm like, just let me keep going back because I think it's screwed up. All right, here we go. And the caption, I was messing with the closed caption. So, you know, how we're ready to go when we're not really ready to go. That was me. When he starts talking, maybe we'll see the closed captions right. Yeah, there it is.
Just ruined your life, ruined my life, ruined Jamie's life, I ruined all their friends' life that supports me, help me. I ruined everything.
Can y'all hear it okay too? They're not talking, but
yeah. I can hear the clock, so I'm assuming that everything's working good in the sound area.
Yeah, they're not talking, and when he does talk, the closed caption's not picking it up. So, yeah.
Smacked my mic. My bad.
Snatched it.
Do I call my foreman? Do I call my foreman and let him say? As far as the weather, yeah. Can you tell us basically what it's at and everything? No. There's too many, no. Too many terms.
And see, this is 8/15/2018, so this is like 2 days later. 2 days after she went missing, so he was already being questioned. Yeah, they are mumbly. You can't understand what they're saying.
They spent so long doing this too. I'm surprised how long they let them sit there and he's just rubbing his back. Like I mean, because nothing comes up or information doesn't change so much to the extent that I see them letting it go on as long as they do.
No, it didn't help any. As a matter of fact, the only thing it did do was give Chris an alibi or give Chris a story.
Yeah.
Because he kept talking low enough. He's like, is that what happened? Is that what happened? Well, you need to say this. And I'm like trying to strain my ear to really what he was saying. But that's all it did. It kind of helped give Chris something to tell him. Mm-hmm. Surely they heard that, but this whole case has been.
Yeah, I want to say maybe they were hoping so they could finally get something to use, but it doesn't seem like they used a lot of the things that they were able to probably use. So
no, and then with the timeline and everything he said, and then the autopsy reports, you can tell that his first story about Shanann was not right.
Yeah.
because the autopsy tells you that it's not right. So
Yeah, and you have the autopsy video that like we can share too, right? The one
yes, I
that you
do.
found
Yep.
one. Okay, I want to see that for sure.
Yep.
Because I am curious. And then maybe I'll try to find that one too. That, because again, the ones that I talk more about the channel, they're not so polite in some of the things they're bringing up. So I don't know how much I'm, completely want to share it. But I want to kind of compare the autopsies. I want to see why this person's perspective is so different from an autopsy that's probably the same when you're looking for, So I want to see. I just want to see what the two different perspectives are from the two different channels because they're on both different stances.
Yeah.
So how they're picking them apart, I guess. I'm curious.
I think I did send it to you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I didn't. I think because that one's probably. I don't think we'll probbe get into that one unless
No,
it's up to you. I don't care if we do or don't. But
we can. Yeah, we can since we're not doing the other one because, man, I was really disappointed about that one.
Because it was right in the beginning. We almost could have just played that first like 10 minutes of it before. So that's a shame that it ended up getting taken down.
We're gonna have to. Surely there's other channels that have done it that it's still up. But yeah,
that True Crime Rocket Science might have. He did a lot of stuff like that, actually. That's one of it. He got really big off of doing that too, and he did a lot of just like factual stuff. It wasn't, he wasn't on either side either, So
well, there was some. I did quit watching him because he did really. There was some videos where he did go after Shanann.
That's what I was saying. There was one where he started saying some stuff about like images on the camera, and that's when I was like, "That's a little nitpicky." Like he was comparing her image to Nicole, and at that point, like she was pregnant. Like it was. So I felt like that was a little bit. But again, other than like the factual part of it, though, of like what he was trying to share, it seemed like he didn't let. I just didn't like when he talked about their looks. When he got to that.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, I didn't like when he got that.
Because that doesn't matter.
No, that doesn't matter.
That has nothing to do. If you want to talk about looks, the only thing I have ever said is I think Shanann was way prettier than Nicole Kessinger. In my opinion, she was prettier. But I'm not going to talk about body shape and stuff like that because.
Well, and Shanann was pregnant too, so it's like I feel like there's certain things you just that's like it's an off limits thing to me, I guess.
Yeah, 15 weeks. I mean, she's gonna grow, and she's not the same height Nicole Kessinger is.
No, and she would have been going into her second trimester. So how small do you expect her to be in her second trimester? And she's kind of on her third kid. So I mean, I do think I carried my pregnancies different. Both of them. So, I mean, I didn't have 3, but I had 2 and they were very different and they're both boys. And so, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think every pregnancy is different, but I do think you know a little bit and you probably show a little bit sooner and just the way your body handles it. Your body already kind of been pregnant and knows what to do a little bit more better. So,
well, and as far as we know, Nicole Kessinger's never had children.
As far as we know.
She's never even had a child. So there's that. I mean, your body changes when you have your first child. I mean, that's just how that
even
is.
the second, like after I had Andrew, my body didn't go back the same way it did after I had Connor. It went back totally 2 different ways. So,
so
10 years apart. So.
Yeah, you can't. The only thing I compared them in more things, but not body wise. I've always said that Shanann is way prettier than NK, and I still think that they were 2 totally different people.
Yeah.
They were two totally different people, personality and everything. I don't think Nicole had that maternal instinct at all.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that from her, but I didn't. When he started doing that kind of stuff, I stopped watching because I'm like, I can't watch that.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I only saw one where he kind of did that, and that's where he was talking about going onto the porch, but. I didn't watch it regularly enough to see how much he did it, but I didn't like that either. So
yeah. We can talk about Chris. That's okay.
Yeah,
he deserves to be. He's a monster, so that's okay.
Yeah. Hi, Claudia. I don't know if I said hello.
Show us about where it's at. We have to go right up to it, and at this point. Like marriage and something or maybe I talk about the horror about their freaking oil tank.
Well, I think you've done enough, Chris.
Praise God. It's good news for it.
There we go. Eat it up.
It almost looks like Ronnie looks up at the camera like, "Get me out of here!
I know. I
I'm
know.
tired of rubbing his back. Somebody let me
My arm's
out."
falling off.
Haven't I rubbed him enough, you guys? Please help
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Chris's back ought to be raw.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you would think he'd be like, "Stop already, please stop. Like, this is just
Yeah.
making it worse."
Yeah, and then she comes in here and does the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you remember.
I like him, but he did. Yeah, he did, Tara. I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe he was like into her looks or something. As it
Mhm.
went on, because I didn't notice it until it got to that one episode. But again, I didn't watch him like religiously or anything. I was like, I don't
Yeah, I
like how he's
didn't
doing
either.
that. But
Yeah,
yeah, if he did it more than once, that could have been why. Maybe he thought
yeah,
she was attractive. I just didn't like how he was like, oh well, just because she's pregnant, like just because she's pregnant, what? Like, she's
yeah.
gonna gain weight. Like, of course she's gonna gain weight while you're pregnant. And I don't know.
That's,
I just didn't get where he was going with it ever. Like,
I didn't. Yeah, there was no. And I kind of wonder if it's just the allure of just her being single and just spontaneous and being able to do what she wanted to do, but
that
you
would have
can't
ended too. That
you
would have ended too.
yeah, you can't compare somebody that has ties like with children and home and stuff like that to somebody that doesn't. You those are two totally different people. You can't compare that.
Yeah. I mean, I had a relationship like that one time, and I was just like, what's so different? And they're like, well, we don't argue. And I'm like, yeah, because you don't have a reason to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I was trying to understand like the whole aspect, like what's so, besides the fact that this person's
Appealing.
just younger. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what is so different? What's so great that you're willing to throw away your whole family? And I was like, well, we
Yeah.
don't fight. Well, why would they?
Yeah, there's
Like,
nothing to no
there's nothing to fight about
kids,
yet. Yeah,
yeah,
but now you
bills,
got adopted
whatever.
kids and a bunch of kids and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. I'm sure y'all fight a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean,
So
wait till they get a home, and
Mhm.
now they're paying rent or car insurance or whatever, buying
Yeah.
food and stuff.
Well, then
Put
they start
bills in
having
there.
kids, and then you
Yeah.
start telling them things that they heard you tell the kid's mother, when they were cheating behind their back with you. So I'm just saying there's a lot of things that it's like,
And that aren't in play. Yeah. If you
yeah.
remember, she wanted to have his first son, and when she found out Shanann was pregnant with a boy, she was yeah, that's true. She was
I
very upset
I
about
kind
that.
of feel like she only said that because she knew she was pregnant with the son, because they were talking, I think, way before Shanann got
Oh,
pregnant.
absolutely.
So I think regardless, like even if Shanann knew it was a boy or not yet, I think she just said that because she knew he didn't have a boy yet. And it would have it's good. It sounds good, right? I want to be the
Right.
first one to give you your first boy or your first
Mhm.
girl. Whatever the other ones didn't do, I'm gonna be the
Mhm.
first one to do that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like and whether it happens or not doesn't really matter. It's again, it's not going to be any different once
No.
they're there and everything settles in and everything calms down.
Yeah.
But I think too that I think she only said that even if she didn't just say she knew it was a boy or didn't know it was a boy. I think it was just to plant that seed in Chris's head so that he could play it out in his head just like he did the
Yeah.
whole fantasy. He
Yeah.
was going to leave his wife, be with her, and they were going to have their first boy together and whatever else he played out.
I also feel like he lied to her, like, oh, well, we don't sleep together. I sleep in the basement. She sleeps
Mhm.
upstairs. And then when Shanann got pregnant, whoa, wait. I thought you
Yeah.
said you didn't have that kind of relationship with your soon to
Yeah.
be ex wife. I mean, he could have very well lied to her. I mean, he was lying to Shanann. There's no reason
Yeah.
he couldn't have lied to Nicole, too. So,
Yeah.
that could have been part of it, too. But,
I mean, if you look at a lot of the messages too, even before that, it's never like he really implied about the leaving thing at first. It was more her that was like, well, don't you want to leave? And then once they started talking about it more, it seems like he became more on board with the leaving his wife thing. I'm not saying it was never his idea in the beginning. It might have
right.
been, but I
Right.
still feel like it was more her idea.
Oh, I do.
After
Yeah.
a certain amount of time, well, we've been,
Mhm.
we've been sleeping together this long and, and I want to be the first to have a kid. So when you going to leave her kind of thing,
Yeah.
I've been sitting around for 6 months. It's my turn. You kind of,
Mhm.
cause that's just how they are. So I think
Well,
that's kind of how that went.
I think in one of her interrogations, she said, didn't she say, I will always be second? Was it this
Second
case?
fiddle.
Yeah. Didn't she say that?
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the context.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
trying to.
I think he said, yeah. So Nicole told him, like, I'm always going to be second fiddle to your wife or some crap like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. So Nicole
something
said
to your
that
wife
to
and
him.
kids. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And then and another weird thing that's in there about the kids is Shanann said it was Chris's idea.
Yeah,
She even documented that several times to have a third child.
right.
So why would you want a third child with your wife if you're seeing
And
a
he said it was,
mistress?
and he did say it was his idea too.
Yeah, that's
So
what
that's why I
I'm.
don't think he ever was going to leave her. I think he was going to give Shanann another kid to keep her busy at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so he could keep running around with Nicole, and then the pressure, like, cooked for whatever reason, something happened. And I don't feel like it was just the pregnancy. I mean, they already had the
Yeah,
kids. So maybe that was like a jealousy point for Nicole, but I don't think that's still what tipped it.
yeah,
So, but yeah, that's what I kind of think of that. I think he was just letting Shanann think like, yeah, we'll have this other baby, things will get better. And I want it. And so that way he's, again, going to let her stay at home, be busy with the baby while he did whatever he wanted with her.
yeah. She would, and then eventually she'd be tired of it, and she would leave, not him,
Right.
and it would
So
look
then he wouldn't
better.
look like the bad guy.
Right?
Mhm.
Exactly. Went from interrogation to massage therapist. Yes.
I know. Like, you can tell like he's just like so sick of this too. Like he's got his head in his hand. Like, I'm so sick of babying this dude. Like
Yeah.
now he's killed his family, and I still got to rub his back.
Yeah, he's beside himself, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
like,
I
oh my
can't believe I
God.
still have to do this.
I still listen to him because he's usually factual. He just got hung up
Yeah.
there a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might get past that
Does he still
eventually.
talk about what, Tara? Does he still do
I-
that? I don't know. I haven't watched him in a really long time.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's been probably 3 years, 3 or 4
But I think with
years.
like
probably.
What's On, it's just like anything else. You got to
Yeah.
jump off for a little while.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. But
She told Chris they will never have a first anything together after she found out about the baby boy. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. People want to run with that. Oh, you're my first this that
Mhm.
this first time. But once that's over with, then what do you have? If that's all you're basing your relationship on, and that first is gone,
Yeah.
then what do you have?
Yeah, nothing. Just the same
Yeah.
thing every person before you had. Just like they'll go from relationship to relationship and tell them, well, you're the love of my life now. Well, you're like I've got it all figured out now. So like what you just couldn't figure it out the 1st
Mhm.
2 or 3 times or whatever it
Mhm.
took you to get there, So again, it's not like making me more confident in any of your
Mhm.
decision making
Yeah.
that even what you're still saying now. So as I'm saying, I don't understand how they come up with these theories and think that they don't sound like a complete.
Well, she did have a first with him. He's never been to the dunes and did that. Spent the night in a tent. So hey, there you go. There you go.
I'm really sure she did lots of first with him.
And there were some other first things that he didn't have that she gave him also.
Yeah, she was looking those things up to see how to make those things possible for him.
Right. So I
it's
mean,
lots of firsts.
I don't know. I don't know.
And according to him, it was his first affair. So I mean, that should have really made her feel good, right? She was the first woman he decided to cheat on his wife with.
Mm-hmm. After she stalked him, I think.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
just
both
my
of
opinion.
them.
Yeah. No, not really. Sometimes at the anniversary, yeah,
Mm.
he talks about him. He wanted his cake and eat it too, and she got pregnant, and all
Yep.
got too real too fast. And yep,
It's like a story as old as time too. And what's crazy is because you always think like, wow, that's just like such a crazy story. To like, how can something like that happen? Like, how many stories do you hear that it's exactly like that?
yeah,
They were cheating. The woman got pregnant. The wife got pregnant, and then she ends up dead or left or something like that. And the mistress just like slithers off into some fucking hole and just starts a whole new life, or whatever. Why everybody else is just.
And you know what? And this is not right whether it was in the 40s or 50s or 60s or now. But do you know how many people you hear now say, "Well, I have a half sibling somewhere because
Yeah, lots
my
of them.
dad was seeing this woman the whole time he was married to my mom, and he had 2 separate families, and we
Yep.
just found out about ourselves." Well, in the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s, it was easy. 80s, it was easy to do that because you didn't have social
Exactly.
media.
Mhm.
Now you get tattled on left and right. I mean,
Yeah,
Facebook.
and it wasn't that much better then. People still cheated. People, like you said, people still did
Yeah.
all the same things. Like you said, you just didn't have it being tracked down as easily and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
hi,
So
Kylie, how are you?
why couldn't he just been done that? If they'd have kept their mouth shut,
Mhm.
Shanann may, or I think she would have still found out. in my opinion, because
Yeah.
it's just things are different now. But he might have could have pulled it off for a little longer if he'd have tried. Not that I condone that and make that right, but
Right.
he had other choices besides doing what he did.
Yeah. And that's why I do feel like a lot of that was Nicole speaking a lot of that into like the existence that she wanted, I guess the best way.
I will send you
Okay.
those pics from my Gmail to my iCloud's plan.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that yeah, she looked him up way before they. That's what we have like a year. I think it
Yeah.
was. In my opinion, I feel like it was over a year.
Yeah. I mean, I saw something where it was closer to that. Now Rex is on the table. But yeah, I think it said like June or July, just say something like that was like one of the earliest they started looking up
Mhm.
at 2017
Yeah.
or latest that she
Yeah.
looked them up, and it could have gone 6 months before that. So yeah,
Yeah.
like at least a year or something like
Yeah.
that. She knew.
Yeah. We think dark magic had a little bit to do with that, Kylie, for sure,
Yeah, I think so.
and done the wrong way. My
Yeah, a lot of
my
people do.
my great grandfather had a whole other. Yeah, that's what I'm
Lots of
saying.
them too.
And it was easy, or back then. For one thing, I think people kept their mouth shut.
Rex just made the craziest face. Get the hell out of it.
What's it?
It just scared me. I didn't see him coming behind me, and Rex was like, "Oh, I
I
just saw
see
Rex's face. It scared me."
Oh my goodness.
Lexi.
Yeah, and I, back then I just think they were better at keeping secrets.
Yeah, and I just think people put up with it more too. So even if they did know, they weren't going to say nothing more than likely.
Mhm.
So I just think.
Sorry, that's for Michelle about the pics. Okay.
Okay.
No problem. No problem. No problem. She probably did do dark stuff, but he's still weak, man. Agreed. And a
Mhm.
killer. Agreed. He just couldn't stand up to his wife, and she knew he was having an affair. I totally agree with all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with all that. Yeah.
And I just think if you have if you have the balls almost doing a fair, why couldn't you just like, hey, I don't want to be with you no more? Like, I mean, like it just seems like a whole lot of extra effort for something that's as easy to say, I'm sorry, I just don't, I met somebody and
Yeah.
I'm just starting to have more feelings for them. It seems like I just want to see where that goes. I'm sorry. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see how that's any harder than just.
Well, he had 5 weeks she was in North Carolina. He had time to pack what he wanted and go live with Nicole if that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But he had time to make arrangements and not do this. That he had 5 weeks to get his crap together and find somewhere to live or do something. He didn't have to resort to this. I mean, he had time.
Yeah.
Would she have been upset and mad and angry when he got back? Yeah, but she'd be alive.
Yeah. But he almost makes it sound like he didn't even want her. Like that's what I'm saying. And I don't know how much he's lying because he lies about so much. But when he tells the story about the 5 weeks, he even said he didn't want her to go. He's like, I didn't want her to go. He's like, I knew that I was just going to hang out with her pretty much the whole time, and it was going to get worse and worse. You know what I mean? So like he was going to dig his hole deeper, which is what he did. So I just wonder too, like how much of the truth is that what he's saying? Because when he says it too, it sounds like there's a little bit of truth to it. He almost kind of just wished he could back himself out of it, but he already got so deep in it.
Yeah.
And Nicole was expecting him to leave. She was expecting all these things, and then like once maybe like she got further into her pregnancy, maybe he was starting to want to go backwards, but couldn't. I don't know. But when he said that he wished that she didn't go, I kind of believed him. I kind of believe that he meant that because he's like, I just wish she wouldn't have left. It was so long.
Yeah.
And then, with Nicole being so pushy of his time.
Yeah, because he wasn't strong enough not to do the right. No. He wasn't strong enough. So that gave 5 weeks gave him an open.
Be broken down.
Open season. I mean, do what you want to do for 5 weeks in this great big house. And
yeah, look what happened.
Yeah. I mean, he
took 5 weeks.
He didn't even trust himself when she left.
Mm-mm.
But greed, revenge, jealousy, main 3 motives in history. Big. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see them, I can send you ladies also.
Yeah.
Because someone needs to help me understand what I am seeing.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to see them. Anything with Sebastian, of course, I'd love to.
You can put, if you have my email, you can put that in chat, and Megan, you want to put yours in there, or does
Yeah.
Tara have yours? She can throw it in
I
there.
don't know, honestly. I don't even know. I don't think anybody really has it too much, to be honest.
They are pics from the last search for Sebastian. Okay, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know they did another one again.
Yeah. Dark
Mm.
magic is so dangerous, especially
It
when
is.
done wrong. Yes, it is. If
And
you
I
don't know
and
what
I
you're
tell
doing, I'm telling
Mm-mm.
you.
And I tell you
Mhm.
about that a lot. It's easy to go the really wrong direction in that really quick. And it's something
Mhm.
as small as like, oh, I'll start with something like eggshells or
Yeah.
like graveyard dirt. And that's about all it takes.
And I agree with that, Tara, too. And I also agree, like when they were at work, because I think some of it was while they were at work.
What's that?
Their affair. Most of his affair was
Yeah.
when she was out of town, and I agree. I think some of it was at work.
What is it like? 80% of affairs or 60% of affairs start at work or something
Yeah,
like that.
some
I mean, they
crap
pretty much
like
all
that.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't that the
Well,
worst too? You sit there and think your partner's at work and doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're just cheating the whole time.
yeah, sick day, and they leave
Mhm.
and make you think they're working, and that's not what's
Yeah, and they're
going on.
just off,
Yeah.
off the island doing something else.
Mhm. We didn't know my pops had mistress with a kid till my toys and clothes started coming up missing. He was taking
Huh.
them to her little girl. So yeah, it happens to many people. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I
I was
mean
gonna
it.
say a lot of people, I think there's more than most people even realize.
Yeah.
Hey,
And the
Ronnie.
sad thing is, it's not the kid's fault. You may meet, like my cousin's husband. He just met, like, through ancestry. He met a
Mhm.
half sister that he didn't know he had, and
Yeah.
she's like around his age.
Yeah.
And it's not his, it's half sister.
Right.
So it happens. But they just seem to be better at it.
Yeah.
back
Well, like
then.
you said, there was nothing to really track like that then. People just weren't
Mm-mm.
tracking it. Then people would go on vacations or whatever, and that's where they
Business
were going.
trips,
Business
whatever.
trips,
Yeah.
working out of town, things
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome, welcome. Oh, NK probably would have told Shanann for sure if he broke it off with her. Probably, and that was probably a threat
Oh, yeah.
too, if you think about it, Tara. That's a very good point.
Yes.
Can you drop email? Can you drop your email?
Did I have yours? Were they able to drop yours, Tammie, or is that?
I can drop mine too.
Okay. I
Let's
have
see.
yours, but I only have it in my Gmail. Like I don't know it off the top of my
Hold on
head.
just a minute and I'll drop it.
While you do that, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take like a 1 second.
Okay.
Or 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Okay, there's mine. See what he said. In my opinion, she was in North Carolina. That's when she suspect she was having an affair. But when she got that alert on her phone from the bank about credit card, she really knew that. Yeah, and you know what else I think about that, Eve? I think her security system alerted her also because, like I had said before, I had Vivint in my house in North Carolina when we were stationed there in the military. And like I said, I had my keypad that I could look into my house, and I had another camera that Vivint put in my living room, and I had them put it in there because I wanted to see my living room and my kitchen where the dog door was at, because I wanted to check on my dogs as they was going in and out during the day, because the little kid next door had gotten opened my fence and left it open, and my dog got lost, and it took us forever to find her. So I made sure my camera pointed in there so I could make sure I was checking on my dogs, and all three of them were in the house at the time. So she could probably have tapped in any time and looked in her living room and seen, strange things going on. And if which I had control of mine because my husband was deployed all the time, but you usually get two administrators. One controls everything, and then one can just go in and look. So if he changed something up, she would get alerted.
You're talking
Hey,
about the kid account you share when you're separated?
the Vivint monitor system.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the kid account.
When you change something, it alerts the other one. that you've turned it off, you've changed it, you've switched it, an alarm is going off, but you both will get the alert. So she had fussed at him about something's wrong with the camera. You need to get that fixed because I got an alert.
Yeah.
So I think with what you're saying there about the bank account, her getting because he even said she questioned me about the money that was charged on the credit card.
Yeah.
So I think that with the camera, because she was calling him, hey, what's wrong with the camera? You need to get that fixed. And I don't blame her because that stuff they charge you a monthly fee for that.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
And then I think they even charge you a fee if you wait too long to even get it looked at too, I think.
Yeah.
Something's really wrong with it.
Yeah. I got search report from April 2025. Oh, neat. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh yeah, cool. Thank you.
Oh, for sure at work. Yeah. Here's Megan's.
Yes, that's mine.
Y'all, I'll leave it up there for a minute so y'all can Miss Tinsel. Oh my God.
That's like we have these two girl casts that sit out in the front of the house every day waiting for the boys to come out pretty much. And they just sit out there like, it's not even it's not chirping. It's like, I guess it's calling. It sounds like like Maple
yeah.
or something. Yeah, and like and poor Wilbur, like it's like they only seem to want Wilbur too, and Wilbur doesn't want anything to do with them. And
He's
Rex just sits there and watches them stalk Wilbur.
Oh my God,
and Wilbur
that's hilarious.
looks up at Rex like, "Ain't you gonna help me?" And he's like, "Nope,
nope,
nope,
not. It's all you, dude. It's all you." Mm-hmm.
But poor Wilbur, he's just like, "What is? Why are they always around me?"
Because Wilbur's so sweet.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Chris even did a report in college about why marriages end and it's work. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's out there anymore. Wow, I didn't know that.
I think if that's the same one Tara's talking about, I think it's the same video where he's doing the report and he's talking about how having a new child helps the marriage and all this other stuff too. And it's like, no, it doesn't. That's like the complete opposite. You don't have a kid when you're having problems and things. So I'm wondering if that's the same one that you're talking about, Tara. It's still available. It's like their channel or something.
Well, why would you even write about that in college? Why would that be a topic of
It was one you get to pick it, but it would have been interesting to know. Yeah, I'm thinking like social, because I had to take something that was kind of similar and you had to pick some random ass topic that was kind of like that, but I don't know how you would have still tied that to it. That's the thing. But
why would you, as a single guy, why would you pick that?
He wasn't. He was married.
Oh, he was still.
He was married. Shanann was the one videotaping it. It was at the people's houses that they moved in and she was nannying at.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Did this. Yeah.
Weird.
Unless I'm wrong and somebody else knows, like throw it in there. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, they were already married. That's when they were staying at those people's house when they first moved to Colorado. He was doing something for school and he had to pick a subject and that's what he picked.
Weird.
And Shanann's recording it. Let me see.
Have you, Michelle? I bet that's an interesting read. Does it match what the public been told? Oh, stop it. Not y'all, the cat. Jeez. She's growling at the cat.
Here it is right here. Like I'll set it. Yeah, it's under his channel, Christopher Watts. It's 9 minutes.
Who runs that channel?
It would have been him or her, I guess. Yeah, this is their video. It's named Christopher Watt. And it's from, let me see, 13 years ago.
Is it her Facebook?
It's a YouTube. It's his YouTube.
I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, it came out the video. Yeah, like I'll send it to you right now. It's only 9 minutes. And he talks about weakening the bonds of the relationship when you get bored, everyday routines, harmless distractions at work. Yeah. Harmless distractions at work. You shouldn't have any fucking distractions at work.
Yeah.
It ain't harmless if it's a distraction. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, that's the video right there, 9 minutes. That'd be an interesting one if you want to look at that or something before we go, because it's only 9 minutes. Yeah. And then he talks about it. He talks about having a baby and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's him.
Yeah, he has a few things we hadn't heard, but mainly retention ponds 1, 2, and 3.
It might be sociology. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it was that I did it for.
Okay,
some kind of psych class. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes,
I truly appreciate it. And
I'm going to as soon as I get through. Okay, soon as I get through the comments, I will go. Chris said the security was broken and there are tons of texts Shanann telling him to fix it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he messed with it too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think that probably because why would he? I mean, if he's never messed with that before, why would he all of a sudden do it when she's gone?
Yeah. And they don't, I mean, they didn't seem to say they had any issues with it before either.
No,
'Cause
and
I
I
feel like
think
even if they would have, she would have taken care of that pretty quickly.
there's a couple of reasons he did it. One was so you couldn't see Nicole going in and out,
Right.
and two was because she mainly was looking at the kids. She wanted to check on the girls, and I think there was something wrong that she couldn't. He didn't want her looking in there.
Yeah.
Something was going on that he disabled it so she couldn't see what was going on.
I think it had a lot to do with too just Nicole being in that house, period. Like you were
Mhm.
like the car being put into the street so that she could pull up into the driveway. I think
That's
she was
what-
in that house pretty much that whole time. And
Yeah.
I think she was there a lot more than the one day or whatever it was she said she went.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
feel. I feel that's why, because somebody was like, "Well, why was Shanann's car out on the side of the road?" It was never out there. His truck was always out there. Well,
Yeah.
they had
Well, when
to
you think
keep,
about it, yeah, what does a garage do? It covers you.
yeah,
Why would you need covering? Because you're sneaking somebody in. That's about the only
That's
reason
right.
to do that.
that's
So,
right.
unless anybody else has a better idea, but that's the only thing I
Mhm.
can think of when I think of a garage is to cover.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. He was putting her car in there.
mhm.
That's why. That's how I feel about it. My opinion.
Yeah, it would be like a sociology of some sort.
That's okay. Bella's being very
Yeah.
naughty. Oh, that's
Gotta
okay.
be naughty sometimes, right? Gotta get it out
Yeah.
your system somewhere.
That is okay. All right, we are going back over here to the back rubbing. I think so too. Plus, she wanted that big. She
Mhm.
did want that big house.
Yeah, why wouldn't she want it? She acted like she
Mhm.
didn't want it, but why wouldn't she?
Mm-hmm.
They always want it.
She said something about when she said that she had told him when she went over there. I don't know how true this is. Why would you want to give all this up?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't planning on it,
But then she
you
was
just.
convincing him to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why would you want to, but do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you want to? But you know you got to.
Right? I'm gonna be your first of every.
Yeah. And what made her think she was going to get that house? That was the other thing. Because they were going to put it up for sale.
Yeah,
So was her daddy going to go buy it?
probably.
Yeah.
He was fixing everything else for her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wanted to tell you first.
Speed it up.
You just say spot. I don't think we got enough to I just want to make sure that nothing moves and stuff before it comes across for you. Babies. They're gone. They're gone. She said, if you ever cheat over that with your marriage, you bring it back to me tenfold, and this is ridiculous. I mean, this is why you do that. I knew it was gonna happen coming here today. Now, I've never taken a polygraph before, but I know what was gonna happen. Just a matter of time. Just because me, I don't, you don't know how unstable she was.
You can hear her better than them.
When the lights off,
Yeah.
so just take a little pill. This is bipolar. This is a little pill.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't go visit Chris, I don't think.
Not really. I heard it doesn't very much.
Yeah.
Which I kind of wonder why.
Huh?
I kind of wonder why.
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't-
have thought he would have. I mean, with as much, I mean, I get like here's a different situation with what's happening right now, but I just still would think with him being here and rubbing his back and not really questioning him, not pushing him, not, I think he would still went and saw him.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I don't understand why he just kind of cut him off or something.
Yeah.
If she got that house, Shanann would make sure she cannot live there.
Yeah.
What made her think he did this to his wife? He couldn't do it to her. Right, I know.
And that's what I say about all these things. It's like, I don't really know why they think the same thing isn't going to be done to them, whether it's in their face or not. You know what I mean? Like, just alone to start a relationship on a foundation like that is a rocky one. It's shaky. It's not truthful. So there's nothing that you could ever, I don't say you could continue to keep building off of something that was built on lies ever.
Right. Yeah, you don't, your foundation is messed up to begin with. What makes you,
Yeah.
and I don't think, just say, for instance, he didn't do this terrible thing and his family was still alive and they were divorced. I still don't think him and her would have stayed together.
No, I don't think they would have.
Him and
either.
Nicole would have stayed together. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Kylie, for sending it. I will definitely check it out after this. Was the chair?
Yes, I go see Gators. Oh, was that chair in the pic? They got him tied.
Oh, that might be the ones we're going to look.
Okay.
And
The
then,
DA is damn sure gonna want a transcript of this interrogation.
they didn't care about it. That's the problem. Yeah. So the DA was the one, more than likely, dad hiding it. So,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
in my opinion, he's a clown.
Yeah. I heard some other stuff more about him recently, but I really can't remember what it was.
You know,
Okay.
his wife at some point had went on somewhere. I don't know if she went on Facebook or she went on YouTube and was hollering back at people because of this case. Like, they're like saying, y'all don't know what he's gone through. Y'all don't know all the facts. Well, you're not supposed to know him either, technically.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, technically.
if we don't know him, he's not supposed to go home and tell him to you either.
Yeah.
Closed is closed, and that means to
Yeah.
you also.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they always tell on themselves one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Arrogance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Call that person back, Nicole.
He's telling his dad to call that person back that called him.
Just call the police. And definitely, so they said, just, you know, what to do, kind of like that. Don't think. I did too, no, I can't leave. They have it locked. Oh, yeah, locked. I'm gonna text my daughter, after I go to my house, or my wife found out, this ain't gonna be on the news anytime soon.
No, not tonight.
He's not going to be leaving anytime soon, is he?
Much saying that.
He said no, not tonight.
Tell me to take you out to the lobby and you can go to the bathroom and then text your wife and stuff, talk to them.
Then when I go outside, go down there and go outside.
Watch the press.
Chris, you may want to go outside, Dad. He's over there telling him what to do.
Yeah. You're going to go throw up outside, Dad.
Go outside. and
I
make
don't
your
want you
father-
passing up and throwing out.
Yeah,
I'll have to clean
jeez.
it. I'll have to clean it. I'm going to be a trustee.
I'm very interested in these pics, Megan. Text me a snapshot when you see them, please.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I'll send you out there while you're
You want your water, you want to take your water with you?
Yeah. We're gonna try to do our best to make sure that we, we don't stand to gain anything by broadcasting any of this. That's not what law enforcement is ever really about. So we're gonna try our best to handle that as discreetly as possible, but they're pretty good at what they do too.
So I'm not from, I'm not from around here neither, are you?
I've only been here 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer or something, or not from the there with somebody else.
We can talk
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Get your phone. You got it, okay. Let's go this way. All right, we'll pass.
So if you're for it, we'll talk a little bit more. I think we have a picture, is it survey 319? I think we have a picture. Kind of walk you through that. I'm sure you have a ton of questions for us about, how your night, month, and week is gonna look. So Tammie, I was just telling him, more of this, show him that picture.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna talk a little bit about how the rest of the night's gonna go.
That looks familiar to me. What is that?
It's the UPRC survey 319.
Okay. Whereabouts? The Shanann and the girls.
How old is this picture?
Today.
Last today.
I always thought that was still a weird question.
Yeah. Like, how different would it have really looked?
Hmm.
Like, how different could it have really looked besides, like...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think it's the Pittsburgh, it's definitely, is that S for Shanann? Okay, and where are the girls at?
Mm-hmm.
In these?
Mm-hmm.
So which one is, do you know which one?
Are they in the tanks? Can somebody who doesn't know what they're doing open those? Okay, it's easy to open
What's
them.
in the tanks?
It's a mixture of oil and water.
There was a sheet found down here?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that from?
That was what Chanel was wrapped in.
What about the girlies? What were they wrapped in? Just in their pajamas? Not with their blankets or anything? Where did their blankets and toys and stuff go?
Probably blew away in the wind or something right here.
Where did you set them or put them?
That was right here, but
So, how did you dig this out? I'm assuming that's under dirt. How did you dig that?
it's a shovel in my truck. Let's go with it.
It's like a work shovel? Is it still there? How was Shanann dressed?
Shirt and underwear.
Shirt and underwear.
So was she back to bed with? Do you remember what color her shirt was or underwear?
I think the shirt was either black or gray. Underwear was probably blue.
How much time passed, do you think, from the time that she was back in the bed until you put them in the truck?
I'm not sure.
We're talking minutes, hours, something else?
From when I left the house,
And like from when you got her in the bed to when you put them in the truck? How long a time was that?
So like from when pushing it in my truck, from the bed to the truck,
Yeah, from your master bed to the truck.
I mean, it's,
Okay. Are you talking about covering her up or something?
no, and the sheet.
Is there anything else about anything out here that has stuff that you've left in certain spots, or you sure the blankets and toys aren't gonna be in there as well?
Not because it was right here with this.
Can you do me a huge favor and just write your name on the bottom? Just so I know that we didn't make those marks. I'm just gonna write the date on it, okay? 8/15/18 at 5:56.
Was she wearing, was your wife wearing any shorts or pants or anything just under? Okay, do you remember what it was on?
Blue.
Okay. And the girls, do you remember what their pajamas were?
They're both nightgowns.
Okay.
Celeste, I think, was that pink one with the like birds on it.
Okay.
I think Bose was, they had a unicorn, I believe, on it or something.
Okay. So it sounds like, I mean, it feels like to me, now we know pretty well how to go get them. Is there anything else we need to know?
About how to get them.
Yeah. It's, does someone have to climb to the top and unscrew something and then lower something down to get them?
They're like, it's just a hatch on the top, and they're like 20-foot tanks.
How far down are they?
That, wherever the food level is in the tank, I'm not sure.
Okay. What was it when you were there?
I don't know, I didn't,
Okay.
I wasn't looking for that.
Okay. All right.
So what I find very interesting, what do you think, Megan? Is there anything that caught your eye? In anything he said?
Sorry. The only thing that I kind of notice a lot is just like the changing of her clothes from the clothes that she came in and kind of what she was wearing, with the no pants, just being in her shirt and her underwear. I think I always kind of wondered how she got into that kind of clothing. I mean, again, that's just when it stands out to me. And then maybe him not checking the level of where the fluid in the tank was. I feel like that's
Mhm.
something you would have done too. So
Mhm.
those two things stand out to me. I just feel like if he would have maybe went into more detail on those or should have known more detail about those things if he took part in them.
Yeah. And the thing with the clothes is it matches, like if you've seen, like I seen the video, I can't tell you how many times of when the police officer, the body cam, when the police officer takes her stuff into the
Yeah.
room and he takes her stuff out of the bag.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's in there is her underwear, a bra, and her shirt.
Right.
And he tells you right there that's what she had on.
Yeah.
And that matches what they brought in the evidence locker room. So that tells me, for me, and because of the autopsy report too, that eventually we'll go over, is she was asleep or
Yeah.
she was in bed,
Yeah.
because she wouldn't just be walking around in her underwear and a shirt. I don't.
And not into confrontation too if it was already existing.
Right.
I
Right.
don't think she'd be like dressed like that. Yeah. So I think that's something that stands out to me sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing was every time I think he's trying to think of something to say, because some of it he don't know, like the level you're talking
Mhm.
about in the tanks. He doesn't know because he didn't put them in there.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. But what he was
Um,
supposed to be doing there that morning, he should have known.
right. And then every time they ask him, like, they're like, so how long was it from the time you did this to Shanann to the time you put her in your truck? And he's like, he asked her like 3 times, 3 different questions.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like when I took, and she had to
From the
explain it
bed.
when
Yeah.
he took her. And he just kind of looked at her like, I wish I could see his face because you can't see his
Yeah.
face, but he kind of looked at her and asked another question. And
Yeah.
normally,
You're lying when you do that.
yeah, you're trying to think of an answer to come up with
Right.
because you're stalling time. So he did that like 3 times when she had to explain to him 3 times what she meant. Well, it's simple, Chris. The question
Yeah.
is simple.
It was simple. Yeah.
So it was kind of weird how he asked 3 questions, but
Well, kind of like he was real silent when he asked him about the tank levels and how are we going to get him out and kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what do we need to do? He kind of just, at first I was wondering if we couldn't hear it, but he was just sitting there. He wasn't saying
Yeah.
anything. And he was like, well, like, what do we need to do?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, do we go through the top of the hatch? But he still
Yeah.
doesn't even tell him that much of what they're going to
No.
have to do. And I'm pretty sure he knows
yeah,
they're going to have to drain it and do all that stuff and like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So yeah, like I thought that was interesting too. He does that with both of those things. He does buy himself time.
yeah. It's like he's looking at him like, well, like,
You should
why
know
should
that.
I have? You should know what to do. Like everybody should know what he knows.
Yeah.
Like the officer is supposed to automatically know what they need to do to get the girls out.
Yeah, he's different with him. To me,
Yeah.
he very much is with her. Like with her,
Yeah.
he's playing more like kind of sad and weepy and whiny about it, which we know he's not because he participated in it. But that's what he's doing with her. And then
Yeah.
with him, when she's not in the room, he kind of like all of a sudden wants to behave like a man. It feels
Yeah.
like a little bit, not much,
Mhm.
but a little bit. Kind of like I'm going to hold off on that answer until you ask me again in a way
Yeah.
I feel like I want to answer it. But with
Sometimes
her,
it's
different.
kind of like, I feel like it's like when kids play a sport. If they play a really good team, they're going to play to that team's level.
Right.
If they play a team that's not quite as good as they are, but they're going to play down to that
Yeah.
level of that team. And I'm not making anything bad about another team. I'm just saying
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of go to the level of the person that you're
You're talking at.
Yeah,
up
he
to.
conforms very easily.
Yeah.
Is what I feel like he took the personality that's in the room.
Yeah.
So
And
like
that's how I
when-
feel he is with him.
yeah. So can you imagine when Nicole comes in? Can you imagine how he was with her?
Yeah. Yeah, he knows what levels to push like certain behaviors to and and he's pretty fluid on it. I don't think he's known this guy too long yet. So
Yeah.
for him to be able to know like how far he can maybe push it differently with him than
Mm-hmm.
with the other one, with the Tam burglar, because I don't know. I think I just love calling her. I don't know. But like I don't know. So
Yeah.
I just think like
Yeah.
he kind of plays into the more of thinking like maybe like she thinks he's kind of cute and he'll kind of play like a wimp with her.
Yeah. He kind of conforms to can you imagine him being with how he acted when he was with Nicole? He would probably be totally different, the Chris Watts that we see.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for
You
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm going to go. Where was that? Oh, her loose dentures really bother me. Is that what it is? There's something that bothers me too, but I don't know what it is. I thought it was a lisp, but maybe I'm wrong.
I didn't know too. I was like, maybe that is it. I didn't know what it was. either.
He can't say their heads were most likely larger than the tank opening. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you couldn't say that.
Yeah.
But there was still a way to drain it. But I would be like, well, you could drain it out the bottom and take. I don't know. He was just so like back and forth with it. It was too much. It was like, I think you know a better answer than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
If it wasn't for Shanann Friend doing the welfare check, he would probably got. I think he would have. I think they were going to blow it up, and then there would be no evidence for nothing.
No, because then they had the people coming out later that were like, "Oh, I just thought it would have been her." So I mean, so that didn't help either.
No.
I mean, that didn't in reality. You had people that came out right after that one woman, the Lundstroms or whatever, who said that. We thought maybe she was just upset and she took off. So I'm saying, so they were hoping and banking that everybody was going to think the same thing.
Yeah.
And not question it.
And they would have if they'd have got to finish their plan.
Yeah,
But they didn't
enough
get
people
to.
would have been interviewed and put in their 2 cents like they did, and then
And
the
that
story
would
would
have
have
been
like
it.
written itself. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And her makeup was all over the blanket. It sure was.
Yeah.
Which I find odd about her because she was always so with her makeup and stuff, she was
Yeah.
always taking it off. She did
Yeah.
Facebook's washing your face. She's like, always take care of your face. Always cleanse your face before
Yeah.
and
before
after
get
you
to
put
bed.
makeup on. So I find that so odd that she went to bed like that. So I kind of feel like she was in the process of going to bed
Yeah.
and she was getting ready to bed and getting ready to go to bed, and then it happened like that.
Yeah. Maybe he made her like think like go to bed and we'll have a nice night or whatever. And that's what he did, you know,
Yeah.
kind of an ambush thing for her to be dressed
Yeah.
the way she was and still have makeup on and stuff.
Yeah, I just think that her still having makeup on was for me was a flag.
Yeah. Yeah, because she
Yep.
did. She talked a lot about that.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's go back. Yes, this is Miss Unjustified's video. I appreciate her for him too. She did a good job speeding up the rubbing.
Yeah.
You may go out there,
I don't think so. Would you prefer not to?
I didn't know if you needed help getting there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think once we got that picture.
I think they should have
we
made him
didn't really
go.
know how much
Yeah.
about the location that the other police officers knew. But it sounds like they knew somehow right how to get to 319. So, and I think that's how they got that picture. Does your nanny cam? Do you have a nanny cam, right?
It's a monitor.
A monitor. Is it a video one?
It's like it cycles back and forth
Between what?
LNCC's run.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is there any chance it records? No? Okay. I'm just wondering, what do you think ultimately made Shanann snap?
Just knowing that atmosphere, and she knew, she just needed me to admit it, and I would admit it.
Yeah. Okay. So we just started talking about, I asked if there's any chance that the nanny cam could have recorded Shanann doing what she did. And we were just getting into, what Chris thinks about why she snapped.
Mm-hmm.
He's just saying, distressed on knowing about the other girl.
Knowing, but she didn't really know, right? I mean,
In her heart, she knew. She just wanted me to admit it.
She wanted him to admit it.
Yeah.
He ain't man enough to do
We
that.
talked about a couple tough things. I think
Yeah,
we need
man
to get it
enough
out
to
of
do
the
it,
way.
but not man enough to admit it.
Just really get it out.
Right.
Just to make sure you have every chance to explain exactly what happened, and we have every chance to ask questions. So the conversation happened. You go downstairs. She's still upstairs. And then you see what?
I hear just commotion upstairs, just like what noises.
Sure. Maybe walk around. Yeah.
Anyone kisses me up, or
Yeah.
the kitchen man got up, or something.
Okay.
Can't think of it. Continue just packing everything up and ready to go. So I can go back up and just talk to her again, maybe real fast. And go into their room, her master bedroom.
Her master bedroom.
Okay. You went there first.
Did he
Yeah.
say her or did he say R?
It sounded like he said her, but I don't know if we can like skip back 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and see. Hold on.
Continue just packing everything up and ready to go. So I can go back up and just talk to her again, maybe real fast. And go into their room, her master bedroom.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
her
her.
room, her master
Yep.
bedroom.
Okay. You
I
went
didn't
there
catch
first.
that
her.
before.
And why did you
Yeah.
go up again?
I didn't catch that before.
Well, he wasn't
Okay.
sleeping in there then.
Right.
For him to say that, he really wasn't.
Right.
You just thought.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Her master bedroom. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because only
Within
5 weeks of not
1:30.
sleeping in there, and you're already calling it her room too.
Yeah, I mean, did he do that all the time? I doubt it.
I doubt it. So it would be interesting to know when that started. Just because, yeah, I've never noticed him say her master bedroom or
I
her
never
room.
noticed that before.
And Tara said it too just now, and Tara's
Yeah.
watched a lot of it. So
And I find that interesting because if he said it there, he's been saying that often.
for a long time, probably,
Yeah,
and
And
not 5 weeks.
and that's what he's been telling Nicole.
Yeah. So it's, yeah. So that's what he's been telling her. Yeah.
Yep.
So now you know where that came from perfectly.
Yep. Wow. See, like I was saying earlier,
And Shanann probably had no idea. Again, this was
No.
her master bedroom. It was
Right.
their room. It was their house.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. And see,
He
that's what I
probably
was
got
saying
used to
earlier.
seeing
We
it.
catch things every time that we did not catch before.
Yeah. Especially with the damn clock and everything else going on in here. It's hard to, and they're talking so low. He talks like
Yeah.
a baby in here too.
Yeah, he's talking. He is talking louder than he was with his
Yeah.
dad because it wasn't even picking them up when they were talking. At
Yeah.
least he's talking a little louder now, and it's picking it up. But yeah, that I believe that, Tara. I believe that's how he told. That's what he told Nicole. So
Yeah, I mean, you'll find out all kinds of stuff about your relationship you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know
Yeah.
all that stuff was happening. So yeah.
and if he's already lying to Nicole, and he's lying to Shanann, then he's not going to have a relationship with either one of them
Right.
because
No.
he don't really have nothing with Nicole now, and he's lying to her already.
Yeah. And then everything he's even telling her to like get with her again, yeah, is just a
Yeah.
lie. So everything is a lie for both of them.
Yeah, just to keep her on the side.
That's why I
Just-
don't think he ever really was going to leave her. I think he just got caught in some way and it started becoming exposed and it got too hot at home. You know, like the
Yeah.
heat was getting too hot at home and that was about it, you know, and then Nicole started pushing it. But again, I don't think he ever had any intention of leaving Shanann
Yeah.
until whatever. But I still don't even feel like it was the baby. I really don't. I don't feel like that was the only reason.
No.
I think it
And
was
the-
a big push to it, but not the only reason.
And the bed that was already down there was already down there because Shanann's parents had stayed a while.
Yeah.
And that's where they slept.
Mm-hmm.
So for there to be a bed down there was nothing unusual because it was down there for her parents.
Yeah.
But he could tell Nicole, hey, this is where I sleep.
Yeah. Or even as simple as he could be a loud sleeper. Like, how many people do you know don't share a room? Like, Chris and I can't sleep in
yeah.
the same room because he snores so loud. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to sleep. Tara,
Yep.
too. She, as I say, Gus has a whole floor at his house. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people
Yeah.
just snore loud. So it could be a lot of reasons. But yeah, it's her room. It's her whatever. You know,
Yeah.
to make it kind of his story fly a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And you can watch it without our commentary, but it would
Yeah.
not be as much fun.
Yeah. Tara has her own room.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I know a couple that did that
Yeah.
for their whole marriage because he
Yeah.
snored so loud.
Chris will tell you that's my room. He'll be like, "Oh, well, your mom's room. Go to your mom's room," because I sleep in there. But I have to. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I did it. I'm such a light
Yeah.
sleeper, and he's such a hard sleeper. There'd be no way I'd ever sleep in the same thing with Tara. Yeah, like I've been
Yeah.
there, and even Tara's like, I could hear Chris up there, and I'm like, I could hear Gus down there. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Claudia.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I wish.
it's
I wish
it-
we could sleep in the same room.
right. I mean, it's not unusual, but
Mm-mm.
I think I think that I mean, you got to sleep together, have a kid.
Yeah.
At some point, he had to sleep with her to have a kid. So, but I think he's been saying that for longer than 5 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, it probably had a lot to do with the story in the beginning or what he would ever tell, just to try to make her seem like controlling or possessive. Well, it's her room. It's not my room. She doesn't like
Right.
me. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
We did it before we were married because he snores, and I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Yep.
and that's just like I say, some situations, yeah, like Chris snores really loud. My grandpa's like that would snore really loud. Like, but like, again, there's some people like they don't and they can sleep
Yeah.
fine perfectly in the rooms. That's fine. But I never hear them say her room or my room. And ours, you'll hear it for sure. They
Mhm.
go to mom's room, because it's like
Yeah.
mom's room is peaceful and quiet with noise machines. That's it.
Yeah.
Drown
Yeah.
everything out.
And I think for the most part, they used to sleep together.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think he was sleeping up there. I think he
was,
I just think he said her room because
too. He was
that's
trying
what
to make it-
Nicole wanted to
Yeah.
hear.
that was the story to stick with. Yeah, but I think they were still sleeping in the same room.
Yeah, because why would Shanann let him sleep down there and wait all this time and now suddenly think something's wrong? That doesn't make.
And there was no, like, the text messages and the problems didn't, like, at least from her and coming from her phone and her stating, like, I think we have problems, didn't start coming out until that last 6 weeks.
Yeah,
So if she really thought all this before, you would have definitely known.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she would have voiced it. She would have said something everybody had known about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That was
yeah.
close to her. So the fact that nobody really knew and it was just as like quick of an on, and not to say nobody doesn't have problems. Of course, you're not going to say everything that's going
Well,
on in your
yeah,
house. But for the
Yeah.
most part, I don't think it was those kind of problems.
right.
So I do
Right.
think she truly believes something just crazy happened in these last 6 weeks. What was it? And she says it in her text message straight to him.
Yep,
So
yep.
no, I don't think she would have got pregnant again if she would have thought he was cheating.
No, no. Chris felt free and fun with the NK, no responsibilities. That's what he enjoyed about being. Yeah, I agree, and that's one of the reasons that they're all not here is because he didn't want the responsibility anymore.
Yeah, and I agree with Tara. I don't think she was going to have a baby with him ever. I think like maybe she was told him this, was going to tell him the same thing, like I was pregnant, I lost it, kind of thing. And maybe she had an animal, but look how old she was. She was living by herself. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to have kids or not wanting to. But what I'm saying, I don't think that that's something she was still looking into the future for children. I don't think she wanted to have kids. I think it was just, again, to say to get what she wanted.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
Mm-hmm. They were both playing a game.
Yeah, it was part of the chase. But once she caught him, what was the thrill then?
Well, then he had to get rid of his family because the thrill was over the other way. So now we had to find a new thrill. And so the new thrill was to get rid of the family for me. And they just took it to a huge extreme that most people would never even dare think of. Yeah, she's too selfish for kids.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I always kind of thought it was odd that like that was even dangled to him or that he even thought it was really a possibility because I just kind of feel like deep down he probably kind of knows she wasn't going to have no baby with him either.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to have a baby with her either. That's what I'm saying. It was a weird thing. It was a weird thing to happen in that way.
Yeah. I think she just said that because Shanann got pregnant. And I think that that made her mad because he was telling her he wasn't sleeping with her. With Shanann, he was sleeping downstairs and Shanann was sleeping. And she honestly thought that was the truth until Shanann got pregnant.
Yeah.
Well,
more likely that's why.
Yeah, you can't be sleeping separately and that happened. I mean,
no.
It would have had to crawl a bunch of stairs to get way up there.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
a lot of floors in between there.
Yeah,
Oh, and where is the monitor? Where's the screen that you look at? Is it up or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay, so you go upstairs, look at the monitor.
Yeah, the monitor inside the bed.
Oh, your master bed. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
inside the bed.
So she's not in her bed.
Now he says your
Okay.
master bedroom.
And it was on Bella.
Weird.
Her covers were pulled back. She was.
But the detective said that.
Yeah.
Chris didn't.
Right.
And then it cycled over to like a 3, 4, 5 second like interval between when it cycles from room to room. It cycled over to Susie's room. That's when I saw her on top of her. That's when I ran in.
Okay. So can we talk about, again, it's very, very hard to talk about, but it's good to make sure that we understand. We don't want anything to be incorrect or inaccurate or anything like that. Was your wife on top of Cece? What did that look like? I mean, was she straddling her? Okay. And where were they? On the bed. And so your wife was on top. Was she?
That's when I was walking up from the back.
Okay. And she saw it from the back?
Yeah.
Okay. But she was doing this.
It looked like it was like this.
Yeah, okay. And then was she face up, face down, what?
Off to the side.
Oh, she was laying on her side, okay.
Some of this, I believe, is true.
Yeah.
No, she was limp and she was blue.
Okay.
There's no movement at all.
Oh, she was limp and blue, or limping and blue?
Limp
Oh,
and
limp
blue.
and blue, okay.
It's like her body was like,
Right,
you pick her arm up and it just falls.
okay. And then what happened?
I looked at her and I just got on top of her and
You got on top of Shanann?
did the same thing.
Okay. Did you have to knock her down?
No.
She was already on the ground?
I just pulled her off on the bed. And,
Oh, kind of one move?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not as though you
yeah, I didn't
pulled her off?
No, like I went up, pulled her down, like I said, that I didn't know, I lost it.
Sure.
So
Okay.
Shanann was laying on the ground?
On the bed.
On the bed?
Yeah, like, and she was on top of you, I saw what was happening. I pulled her, went down, I was on the bed.
The bed. Okay. I'm trying to get it all clean, you know?
I think it's probably a queen of some sort. I don't have a picture of it somewhere.
Mm. They still let him have his phone.
So where
Yeah.
was Celeste? In the
She was followed.
Yeah, because he wasn't arrested when he went into the interview, but I don't know.
I guess.
Pulled Shanann down, it was across the way.
Maybe they were hoping he would communicate
So
with
she
his
was
phone.
laying,
Yeah.
that's how it was.
Okay. Off key room.
Mm-hmm.
So then, is this picture as you're standing in the doorway to go in? What is that work? And then, so were they closer to this side or this side?
She usually sits in the middle.
Okay. And then, so your wife was right on top of her, you could just see that. And then did you pull her this way or that way, or
So that's where her head was, on this side.
right over here?
Yeah.
On the left as you're looking at it? Okay. Did you put her fight?
I lost it so much that it didn't feel like she did.
Okay. You're pretty strong, good. Was she yelling? Was she screaming? Was she talking? Was she scratching you? Nothing?
I didn't feel, I just felt such anger that nothing, I didn't feel anything.
Okay. All right.
Like if she did, nothing's on me.
Was it quick? Was it slow? Was it?
Somehow it felt like it was over.
Okay. Over fast? Okay.
Felt like
Is it possible her neck's broken?
so,
Okay.
I've never broken a bone, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. Was it a choke like this or was it like a headlock?
Choke.
Okay.
Can you put your hand out like you had your hand?
Like that.
Like that? And your wife, you shot her with one hand or two hands?
I just kind of from the back, I couldn't really tell. She was on top of her. And the monitor's not like color, it's black and white. Well, at nighttime, it's black and white.
Okay.
When it's dark.
If you went up the stairs, right, to talk to Shanann again? And then, did you think it was weird that she's out in the room where you left her?
So I walked in and looked around, saw the monitor and I saw Bella. And then switched over to CC pretty fast, and that's when I saw that.
Did you have any inkling that between the time that you finished the talk and the time that you found Shanann choking Cece, you had no inkling she was going to do it?
You both of those kids more than when you know.
Okay.
And people in my family have always said she's unstable. My friends have said she's unstable. So I never would have thought in fucking years.
Who says she's unstable?
My family, my friend Mark, people that have seen her around me. I got a picture of her.
Well, it doesn't look good, I'm not gonna lie. Looks actually pretty bad. And
Is it possible that when we get these girls, Bella, Cece, and Shanann, is it possible when we get them that we're going to see anything other than the cause of death being her hands? Okay. And what I mean by that, and I should be very clear, is that it's some of it's hard to believe that your wife did it.
I know.
Right? You can imagine that.
I know.
Okay. So is it possible that maybe she did one, and then you got Shanann, so you did to Shanann what she did to one of your daughters, and then you had to just do it to the other one? So, okay. So is that's not what happened?
No.
Okay. Is it possible that, is there any other way where we might see your hands on the girl's neck?
No, we're not.
Okay. And you know what I mean? Because when we find their little bodies,
I know.
we're going to see the diameter of someone's hand
Yeah.
and someone's fingers, right? So is it at all possible we're going to see yours?
No.
All right. And I know it's hard, and I know you're probably getting angry at my question, but we have to ask. Okay.
What do you think of that, Chris?
Let my family down. And my dad down, and my mom, sister, nephew, nieces, friends, coworkers,
Why do you care about letting your coworkers down?
everybody.
Or
I
really,
mean-
at this point, even the rest of your family, you just killed your children and your wife. Like, and that's the only people you should be concerned about, to be completely honest.
Yeah, you
Not
failed
letting
at.
down.
Yeah, you failed at being a husband and a dad. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't let them down. You let your wife and kids down.
Yeah. Because his family's going to take his side regardless. That's what they're doing. So,
Yeah, he's like, well, my family said she's always said she's unstable. Well, that's nothing. That's the
Yeah.
in-laws calling the daughter-in-law unstable.
yeah. That's,
I mean, that's old as time. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
you know, that's not a very good source of credit. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about his parents, but I mean, some people either love their daughter-in-law or they don't like them.
Yeah. I don't think there's much of it in between that I've ever seen. Not to say there isn't
No.
one, but yeah, I think that's usually kind of the situation you get with them.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of like him or they don't. And then I think it was Eve that had said too, like she felt like that they probably knew about NK and they were willing to have anybody almost replace Shanann at that point. It didn't matter who,
Yeah.
as long as they weren't Shanann. That's all that they cared
I
about.
think they knew about NK too. I think they had actually talked to
Oh
her.
yeah, yeah. Somebody else said they think that she does. They still do, and I agree with
Oh.
them. They probably still do. They probably see her every now and then. And like Tara said, she's pretty sure she's the unstable daughter-in-law. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like everybody's got one. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you are in somebody's story.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I just think again,
Yeah.
it's the tale as old as time. The unstable daughter-in-law,
Yeah.
or you know, and
Yeah.
the poor, you know, son who's being mistreated or something. And not saying that's not true in some situations. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that, but for the most
Yeah.
part, that's what you
And
hear.
yeah, and who's alive and who's not. So I don't really think you can call Shanann unstable. And I think for me, you know, they sealed the girl's autopsy. So for like 50 years, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think some of it came out because I did see a channel that had that read over their autopsy, but I think there's certain things redacted
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
and kept out where you won't know for sure.
Mhm.
But Shanann's is out there
Yeah.
because I seen it and you seen it.
Yeah.
But and in her autopsy clearly shows you that he's lying right here.
Yeah.
100% he's lying right here. So it also shows you that Shanann could not fight back. There was something wrong there. She wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
She had no drugs in her system.
Yeah.
She wasn't incapacitated like that.
Yeah.
So, and me and you have our theory on that also. But he's lying here in the autopsy report 100% shows that he's lying. And I think that's why they let hers out. One of the reasons they let hers come out was
Yeah.
to prove that he did it.
To her, yeah, for sure.
For-
So she
for-
couldn't have done that. Yeah.
Right. So I think that was one of the reasons why they allowed hers to be put out there to prove him guilty.
Yeah. And it's not like a huge thing to hear, but he says in this, like, oh, my friend Mark says she's unstable. Mark does an interview later. He says that he never saw her be unstable, that people said it. They told her that he was, but she never did anything to him or
Right.
anything directly in front of him. So I just thought that was interesting too, how he's real quick to throw Mark under the bus about something Mark said it in the interrogation of the murder of his family, who was his best
Mhm.
friend his whole life.
Yeah.
He didn't even say that. Like, not to
Yeah.
that, because again, Mark sits in the interview and he said, yeah, the mother would, Cindy would say that she would be unstable, and his family would say that stuff, but she never did anything to me. I
And
never saw her do anything.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
So and I'm glad he said that, because that tells you that he's lying about that also. I mean, and you can tell, because if you watch his hands, they'll say, well, Chris, it doesn't show that, or it doesn't look like that. And he'll go, his finger, he'll go like,
I'm red-handed.
and I'm like, that's the person that
Yeah.
moves their hand. They're telling you that.
Right. They're
They're-
lying, yeah.
Yeah, they're lying.
Yeah, and the open palmed out, like, whoa, what do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah,
that is a very much
hmm
thing. Yeah, and I'm sure he was the one that spread it,
And his
because
family.
yeah, and his mom, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
and I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying there was a narrative there to try to put the blame on her, because she was dead, and she can't speak up for herself. And
well, I think you can still not like somebody and not make up a false narrative about their behaviors and the things that they do too. You can just straight up say, I just don't like them. Actually, our personalities are too much the same, or too much different, or they just get on my fucking nerves. Like, I don't know. Say what you want to say about it, but you don't have to make up something that's not true.
Yeah,
That's the kind of things that get under my skin about a lot of these things. I don't like the lying for no reason other than
Right.
just not so you don't look bad.
Yeah,
Because clearly you look bad already.
yeah,
Both of them do. So that's what I said. That's the only thing I never understood is, why do you have to lie? Why can't you just say why you truly didn't like him? I didn't like her personality. I thought she was overbearing. I thought she was pushy. If
Right.
that's what you truly thought, then say that.
Yeah.
Say we're too much alike and I didn't like her. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just don't get why they couldn't just openly say that. They made themselves look so much worse by trying to make up all this false narrative.
And I think the autopsy proved them wrong
Yeah.
on, because he sat there and told her, well, maybe did this happen? Ronnie did. Did
Yeah.
this happen? Is this what happened? And kind of gave Chris the idea,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the detective helped too, kind of put that idea in his head. So, and they ran with it. Hi,
Right.
Scout.
Hi, Scout. How are you doing?
How are you? How
Thanks
you
so much for
doing?
being here. Yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Greatly
Good.
appreciate it.
His whole personality shows in the pregnancy test video when he keeps
Yeah.
asking if Pink is a girl.
Yeah,
and
like he
she's
doesn't know
"No,
how this
it-
works. He works in look at what he does for a living, and he don't know that a pregnancy test just has a pink line. Like, that's just what, and she like, well, that's just the test. And well,
Yeah,
whenever you
you
want it,
dumb.
you get it. Actually, you wanted it, Chris. You told everybody you wanted it. So what do you mean? I guess when
Yeah.
you want it, you get it.
But the pregnancy test doesn't tell you what it is.
Yeah. When
They
has it
haven't
ever?
got that advanced.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, I knew there was an ovulation test at some point, but as far as like what kind of baby you're gonna have, I don't think it's ever been that advanced.
No, it's not going to be that advanced. You
Mm-mm.
dummy. He has no common sense. I think it falls
Yeah.
under being really smart.
But having no common sense, and that's like
Yeah.
the worst almost. Like, I think I'd rather have common sense than book smart. I don't know. I don't want to be either. I don't want to be stupid or book stupid. But like, if I had to be,
Yeah.
had to be one, I think I would want common sense.
Mhm,
Because,
I
I
would
mean, that's-
too.
Yeah, that's where you get the people who didn't read the directions to something and like electrocuted themselves or something. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
why this says, do not put this plastic over your head.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep it away from children. Well, there's a reason.
Yeah, well, don't put a fork in a or don't put a fork in a toaster when it's on. Like shit like that. Like, that's the stuff that common sense is needed for, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please do not put this screwdriver in a wall socket.
And how rare it is to kind of have both. Like, like, I don't think people
It
give that
is.
enough credit how rare it
Yeah.
is to have common sense and book smart. It's super rare.
I agree. I
You
agree.
found you a gem if you found someone who
Right,
got both.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the
Doing
people
great.
we want having children.
Yeah. Those are the one people you want to
Yeah.
like take advice from and
Yeah.
grow their families and all that good stuff.
And the other
not
thing
these.
that bothers me is his reaction to the pregnancy video. He's like, he doesn't know, like, he doesn't know how to act. Like he's really awkward. He doesn't know how
Yeah.
to.
Like
be
he's never been told he's
happy or-
having a baby before.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Is it mine? Like that's the face he kind of has. Are you my wife? Is it mine?
are you serious?
Yeah.
How'd this happen?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
So yeah, it is very much like that.
Pregnancy told if it's boy or girl, there'd be
Right.
multi-trillion. Yes, that's true.
No, a lot of people don't.
This is the first case when I joined YouTube and still have right. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what Tammie says about like, always like when we look back into this and some people will say like, well, why are you still looking at it? Because there's so much to look at. Like there really is. There's so much to look at. There's channels like I have or other pages I haven't even gotten into yet. And I don't even know what they have on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
when the P feet said or the P foot said this case will be studied. What did he say? A case to be studied for years.
Yeah.
This is a
lifetime or
case.
something.
This
Yeah.
case is one of those. Honestly, this case is one of those. I feel like.
Yeah. And that's the thing about when, Chris Prophet says that, I kind of feel like he wants it to be.
Yeah, he
likes
does.
the attention he gets out of whatever's happened with Sebastian. And that's just sad too. The way that he says it, it's almost like he's celebrating that this is going to be talked about and so mysterious to everybody forever. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just that when you brought that up, that's the first thing I thought of too. When he says it that way, it's like there's excitement in the back of Chris's Proudfoot's voice about that.
And just
And
like
it's
the
just
video we watched the other day, he said what he don't realize is the fit throwing he's doing, Chris Proudfoot, is bringing more attention to the case instead of taking it away from the case. And I didn't think about it until Peter Hyatt said that.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? He's right, because people go straight to it and they want to hear drama.
They want to hear everybody's heard about him.
Yeah, screaming and yelling and acting, cussing and saying all kinds of bad things. So, I'm like, that is a very good perspective because that is so true.
Yeah.
That is exactly what is going on. He's drawing more attention to the case than he is if he just be quiet. And I think all of a sudden he became quiet, and I think he must have listened to Peter Hyatt.
Maybe he finally watched some interviews that were worth something, or analysis that were worth something, that actually people who knew what they were talking about.
Yeah, because something made him get quiet.
Yeah. They could be getting questioned more too, finally. I mean, with time going on, the 2 year, people wanting answers, things like that. I mean, they could be getting to a point where it is starting to be a lot of heat on the Ellie and whoever else has been covering it up and helping. And they might just finally be like, if y'all can't figure this out, then we'll give you up. I would. Right. I wouldn't do it in the first place, but I'm just saying, like, if you're in that situation, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just give them up already? Like, who cares? Like, let them go,
Yeah.
Let them deal with their fate. They made their bed. So
Exactly. He wants to be a superstar. Well,
yeah, he's gonna be, but he ain't gonna be the kind he wants to be.
Yeah,
I'm
excited. I see a lot of new. Yeah, I want him to write a book.
Yeah, right. I see a lot of new channels
in the minds of Chris Watts. A new channel's covering now. It took a year or two break from. Yeah, I click on what. Yeah, it's like Summer's case. I had to take a break from it because when Summer went missing, I was actually working with Cher on her channel and I was going to do a video on and researching Rose Bly.
Yeah.
Summer's aunt. And then it was so weird because I have had like 4 or 5 pages of notes. I was getting ready to do a video on her, and then Summer went missing. And it was like, that is so weird.
Yeah.
And then Summer's case just went to hell in a handbasket, and I was getting too close, and so I had to take a break from Summer's case for a while.
And it
Um,
happens a lot with kid cases too. Like I feel like that was Sebastian a lot. I'll do his case for a while and then I kind of go into like a grief state for a bit,
mhm,
like for a couple months. Like, and I'll tell you and Tara a lot. And that's usually when y'all tell me like it's time to take a break now.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
y'all are probably right. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's a lot of times when I'll get quiet with him for a bit because it's depressing. Like it almost
mhm,
feels like you're looking for your own kid and they're lost and then you get sad and then you get and that's
yeah.
how I don't know how Katie and them are just behaving the way they are about it because I can't even stay there that long. So, and I
Yeah,
don't even know the real details of what happened. They do.
right.
So,
And we're glad to see you, Chicken Lady. I was just
yeah.
talking about you earlier. Were your ears burning? Were your ears burning? We were just talking about
Everybody loves Chicken Lady.
we were talking about how well we thought AD covered.
Yeah.
He had his stuff together. He had great
Mhm.
help. Um, he was always get your pen and paper or your notebook and pencil or whatever. He was always, if you can't say anything else, you could say he was always prepared for his
Yeah.
stuff. And I was saying earlier that I learned a lot from about this case, but I obviously didn't learn enough because I'm catching things now going back that I didn't hear before. Same with Summer's case. I did the same in Summer's case. Like when I started doing hers, she was my first video live was on Summer, and
Yeah.
I'd done several weeks on her, and I found stuff that I didn't hear the first time.
Yeah.
All the
There's
rant
still
and
a lot of
ravings
things I don't
Don and
know.
Candace did, and I go back and I'm like, oh, I forgot. I didn't. I missed that because of all the other crap they were doing. And I was hearing and seeing. So I think
Yeah.
I think going back and looking, you miss stuff and you up on stuff, and it makes
Yeah.
you just realize things click, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
There's
Yeah,
some more things like with Sebastian stuff I don't know about because just of like what people told me it probably says, I don't think I could mentally handle it. I think it
right.
would be too hard for me to and I think it would just cause too much like mental
Yeah,
upset. So there's some things I still haven't even looked at his stuff
yeah,
about yet. Like
yeah,
even just hearing about the mattress and the garage, that took me months to even like get out of my
yeah,
head because that's
yeah,
all I could think about. Because I was telling you at the time I was having a problem with my bed. So my mattress was on the floor when I figured that out. I was because
yeah,
I had back problems. I was trying to get a new bed frame and all that kind of stuff. So I was on the floor sleeping on the mattress when I found out that about Sebastian.
yeah,
And it was the worst thing. Like I felt so bad about that.
yeah,
So that's how I feel like with a lot of his stuff. But I'm sure like for you, like Summer is the same way and those kind of things. There's certain things like I won't even let myself hear or look at or watch.
yeah. And the
So
thing about Sebastian is, will we ever know if that's true?
probably
We
not.
we pretty much suspect it is.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
suspect it's true. I pray it's not.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
let's go.
all of it. Yeah.
I find every time we go back in cases, yeah,
Yeah.
it is something, isn't it? I was late again. No problem. I have got a 3 weeks away from kidding. I have a goat 3 weeks away from. Oh, she's acting a bit antsy, so I stayed with her longer to make sure I wasn't
Aw.
getting. Oh, sweet baby. I love babies. It's that time of year. It's spring.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. They're having the kittens and stuff under the
Yeah.
shed.
Yeah.
She shed's having a bunch of kitties.
Oh Lord, again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, hey, if they want to keep being barn cats, I'm for it.
Yeah, you need
I,
them there. So
yeah, I like the barn cats. I'm good with
yeah.
it. Yeah. All right, let's go back.
Can I ask you another tough question? And just get it all on the table. When you see Shanann choking, strangling Celeste, and you get her off of Celeste, do you think about calling an ambulance?
That's what you I never lived with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen something like that in my life. I mean, she just like lay over, like nothing was really moving at all. No gas, no breath. She was
So,
totally just blue.
Chris, doing this job for a long
I
time,
know.
I know a lot about psychology and as far as like what people are thinking, and most parents will never even want to fathom that their kid is dead. Even if their kid's stiff, blue in bed, and stiff like been dead all night, they still call an ambulance to see if someone can revive their child.
Mm-hmm.
And when the ambulance gets there, and they're like,
In other words, why didn't you?
the kid's been dead all night, like there's nothing we
Especially
can
if
do.
you saw it
Why
actively
are
happening.
you not doing something? What are you talking about? So that's what we're used to. So that's why I want you to explain to me like what was going on in your head and.
The very last felt for what she did. It just took over.
But you see that?
I
that kind of
understand. I see where you're coming from.
Most parents would still try and
I
call.
see where you're coming from.
Okay, now you're stuck, Chris.
I would hate for Shanann to get a bad rap if she didn't have anything to do with it. You know, it's not fair.
I know.
It's not fair. Like enough bad stuff is happening.
I know.
Like we need to stop the bad stuff from happening.
In other words, we don't believe you.
Yeah. And as I'm saying, all this bad stuff is happening. He just can't stop lying, still doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I want to make sure. So you're good with the public knowing that Shanann killed her daughters?
I did not hurt these girls.
Are you okay with the public knowing that Shanann?
Yes, because I did not hurt these girls.
See how adamant he is?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I believe you.
I believe him on that part.
Yeah.
You can hear how his voice gets like, he gets really pissy, like
Yeah.
mad that he don't care that you're accusing him of killing Shanann,
Yeah.
but he gets mad when you talk about the girls.
Yeah, well, he says that when he sees it, he's like, she did it, and I freaked out, and I just, like, and I had to take it over. Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, like, but it's still to me implying that that NK probably stepped outside of some sort of agreement or some sort of plan, and so he felt like he had to like go along with it at that point. But it's not because he wanted to. He's telling you it's Shanann, but I think he's talking about NK.
At 100%. That's what I believe too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say if CW came out and said NK was involved, then I'd officially believe NK was innocent. Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because he's like, yeah, I get that totally. Yeah. I knew the night I saw him on the news begging for his family. Yeah.
I mean, he's like, he's that dupe and delight and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. And to think of like how horrible it is. Yeah, these girls are sitting in an oil tank and stuff like that. And he's like trying to hold his grin back, his dupe and delight grin. So,
yeah.
And that's what she's saying. Like, people can see their kids completely blue and stiff from 12 hours of being gone. Can't even still accept it. But like, you're watching it physically happen, you say, and you still don't do anything. You just.
Yeah. Like, that's what she's trying to get him to understand. She's like, it doesn't matter if they wake up the next morning and their child's been laying there that whole time, they still call because there's still hope that you can help their child. Why didn't you do that instead of what you did?
Because he doesn't have that like everybody else has that. And that's what they're trying to point out to him in his own face. Like, you don't even, a normal person wouldn't behave this way. He still doesn't get it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think these people, and it reminds me of like the Proudfoots and the McCanns and all these people who just, their meter is just so broken. They have no idea how, like, a dog walking on your hind leg right now, hind legs, you're not making any sense to me. It's like a circus act.
And running Gray Wolf is because he can't bring himself to admit that's what he did. He knows he did it or somebody else did it, but he doesn't want to say the word. So as long as he don't say the word, it's not like
that's serious. Yeah.
Yeah. He was very, I didn't do it. I didn't kill my girls. And I believe that.
I do too, yeah.
I just believe that. I do.
Yeah. Google what love feels like. Who needs to Google what love feels like? Someone who has no emotional like meter whatsoever. Yeah. Thank you. Actually, she said the rest. Sorry, Tara. I didn't read your last sentence. You said it. No feelings ever.
What?
Yeah, I said, who does that? And she said, no feelings whatsoever. And I repeated. I was like, yeah, that's what. No feelings
Yeah,
whatsoever. Sorry.
none. Absolutely none.
Yeah.
None. Doesn't even know what it is.
I don't think I've ever had to Google a feeling in my life.
Yeah, that's weird that you would. Yeah. I mean, if you're a teenager and you want to know, if you this cat, and you want to know if you think you love your girlfriend, that's different. You know what I mean? That's a teenage kid, but hold on,
A grown man, though.
right? That's what I'm
And
saying.
someone who's already married with children is Googling what love is.
Right.
Super disturbing.
Oh my gosh, you're so fat.
Oh, it's the other one. There's cats everywhere.
Dang, he's so fat. Oh my god, he probably weighs 30 pounds.
Really? Yeah. Well, I told you, Rex keeps himself trim. Like, he won't overeat to save his life. He's like, no, thank you.
Not Salem. He makes sure he don't miss a dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, them barn mice will keep you nice and chunky.
Yeah. Gosh, this cat. All right.
It's just not lizards. Ugh.
And then he gets on top of the table and then he pushes the computer over here because he's so fat. He's taking up half my table. Dang it. Oh, okay.
I don't think you meant to. I don't think you meant to.
I didn't hurt them.
You didn't save them either. You know?
I know that. I know that.
So that doesn't make sense either.
None of this makes sense. Nothing like why she would be there. None of this makes sense.
Are you sure Shanann didn't touch you when you
No, my God, no. Because you can imagine that we're pretty cynical in our jobs, right? And tonight we've had to talk a lot about a lot of things. And don't get mad, but what it looks like.
You think you're bullshit. Don't get mad.
Don't get
you got a
mad.
new life. And the only way to get that new life was to get rid of the old life.
Yep.
And I think that you killed these girls
Mm,
before their mom came home and then killed Shanann. That's what we're kind of left, that's what we have to believe, because it just doesn't make sense. I mean, to her point, if I walked in and my kid was decapitated, I'd call an ambulance, right? So
Knowing there's no hope.
it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. So either you're this monster who says, I just want this young, hot girlfriend, I'm going to kill everyone and hope it works out, or something.
wow.
So I think we're very, very close to the truth, but not quite there yet. So if you're not that monster, I'm not a monster. I didn't kill my babies. Okay.
Well, if you didn't do it and Shan didn't do it, who did it?
So tell us what actually happened. I told you what happened. I know, but we're getting later into the day. We've done this a few times, and we talk. Then we show you a little bit of what we're working with, some evidence and facts that we know, and then we kind of get our way to the truth. So
Well, maybe if you rub his back, he'll tell you.
Sure.
Yeah. Wasn't the guy
What's
trying?
going to
The other guy.
happen when the cause of death comes back to you, or the girl's not going to? Okay.
Oh, you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Wait till their cause of death comes back to you, but it's not going to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to come back to me. Who's going to come back to you? She never was on top of Cece. Okay. What do you want me to say? I just want the truth. That's the truth. And what about Bella? Bella was laid out, sprawled on her bed. Okay. And I saw Shanann on top of Cece start running in there. Okay. And what happens when a coroner looks and says, Cece, your fingerprints on her neck? I'm not going to get my fingerprints. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What's it going to be? It's going to be Shanann.
No, it's not.
Sure. Well, we don't know about Bella, right? But we don't know about Bella. Bella it's just, I didn't see Shanann on top of Brett. Okay. That's the commotion I heard upstairs, yeah, I'm assuming. Okay.
Why take their bodies out of the house and bury them?
I was scared. I didn't know what else to do.
Okay.
Nothing was gonna, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know what to do.
Scared of what?
So what he's saying is Bella was already gone, and then Bella was already gone, and then he found her with Cece. But that's not true. We also know that's not true because Bella tells him, and he says later, Bella says, "Are you going to do to me what you did to Cece?"
Yeah.
So now we know already he's lying there.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking just now. I was like, well, didn't he say that the other way the first time? So there's no way it could have been that
Mhm.
way if Bella asked later. He just said
Right.
Bella was gone first.
Right.
And then I'm pretty sure he said she was straddling Cece too.
Mhm.
Or he said he saw it, I thought, with Bella. And now he's saying he didn't see it.
Yeah. But and he part of that may be true. He may have seen it, but it wasn't Shanann.
Yeah.
In my
No, I still
opinion.
don't think it was either. Yeah.
In my
It'd be
opinion.
interesting to know though, like how that exactly went down if that was not what they planned, right? Like how, like what caused her to go in there and do that separately, like behind when he wasn't looking, or like how
why?
did that go down exactly?
Yeah.
If that's really what she did, if she snuck in there and choked him out when he wasn't
Yeah.
looking, kind of thing.
Because he's very adamant. I didn't do that. You
Mhm.
won't find my handprints around the girls.
And I believe him with that too.
Yeah.
The way he's saying it, just like when Katie says, "I don't know where Sebastian is," I believe her. So yeah, the
Mhm.
same, like it's the same, feeling.
Yeah. I never hurt Maggie or Papa. Yeah, because they don't want to say the real word.
Yeah.
They don't want to face it. I wish camera CD was in a better position. I know we can see his face. I just said that earlier, Scout, too. I wish I
It's
could.
kind of interesting that they positioned it that way, but again, maybe they knew that they were going to use only certain parts of it. I don't know. I don't know how much.
Well,
you
I
would
thought
notice.
normally they sat in the back, like in one of these two in the detective set. I thought that was
That's
so I'm not really sure unless he just went in and sat there.
maybe.
And they didn't never ask him to move.
I kind of feel like she told him to sit there though. For some reason, for some reason feel like she did. I know that's just me like guessing if or not.
She may
guessing,
have.
saying, but
You're
I
right.
feel like I remember her saying,
Yeah.
"Go ahead and like pointed to there for him to sit there," and she sat there. But yeah, I thought usually they're on that side and they're on the other, so you can kind of see their faces.
Yeah. I think he does. In one of the interviews, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. How many
I don't know
prison
which one it
interviews
is.
are there?
Well, there's one that what's her name does, the author. Carolyn, what's her name?
Oh, okay, Cadle.
Yeah, she does one, and I think I don't know if that's where he's in the orange suit, or that is at a.
I didn't think any of them in the prison were reported.
Well, when they do the one, I don't know that they interview him, but they go in and make him do his footprints and his handprints. He's facing the camera in that one, or sort of.
Yeah, I remember that, but the one where they go in and talk to him later, I don't think that's recorded other than just video or voice.
Yeah, I can't remember how many he's in. I know he's in one because he's sitting in the chair and they take a picture of him.
Yeah, will you turn that light on for him?
And that's how it shows in the beginning. But
of the interview, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that one, but yeah, I think that's all you see is the picture of what he looks like. And and there's one where it looks like he's sitting in I don't know if it's a common area or what it would be called.
Yeah, and he had gained weight in one of those interviews at that point. He looked bigger than he did when he went in. Yeah.
Scared of what everything was gonna look like. My two babies were gone, and I just did that to my wife. And I was the only one left in the house. What do you expect is gonna happen?
Yeah. It did look bad, right?
This was a nightmare.
Yeah. Okay.
Just think as many problems as you've had with Shanann, at the end of the day, she seemed like she was a pretty good mom, right?
I was a pretty good dad as well.
Yeah. See, like, what the
Personally,
hell is that all about? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, he just didn't answer that at all.
No, didn't even say she was a good mom. Well, I was a good dad. So what is it? That's what I'm saying. Well, who gives a shit? And I was a good dad. That's what I'm saying. Like, very like hostile still. Kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Defend themselves.
Yeah.
Like Cheyenne and Bella and Celeste. Like, I mean, if you're not being truthful about who took their lives, like, that's on them too.
I'm
And you don't wanna do that to them.
not doing that to them.
I'm just saying, I mean.
I'm not doing that to them.
yes, you are.
It's like a stare
I do think you were a
down.
good dad.
That's what it feels
I think
like.
Cheyenne was a good mom. I think you guys were doing everything you could possibly do for those girls. And look at them.
Why didn't you put Shanann in the tanks?
Why didn't you call 911 if that was true?
I didn't know what else to do.
How far down is she?
I don't know, like 2 feet maybe.
How long did it take you to dig that?
No.
Give me an idea.
20, 30 minutes.
Does anyone ever like go up this ladder and like look in things?
Mhm.
So how are you gonna avoid that? Or is it you that does that?
Anybody that goes to the location.
How often is that done with the tanks or stuff?
And if they're making enough oil or whatnot, I mean, once a week, maybe.
So do you want someone to find them?
I didn't know what else to do. That's the location I was going out to that morning.
Anyway,
And I didn't know what else to do.
so you weren't thinking that far ahead?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he was because he texted somebody and told him he was going there and he was going to go by himself. So he was thinking that far
Mhm.
ahead.
He was. But the problem is he's not thinking quick enough now to give him the
Yeah.
answers
Thought
that
he
he
had
needs.
more
When you were
time.
talking, and again, this is before we kind of got to this moment today.
He can't plan because he don't know the
mentioned that,
questions they're going to ask.
Right.
We were talking, you said, I don't know where they are, I don't know where they are, and then you said something along the lines of, whatever happened to him, this act of pure evil. What does that mean?
Hmm.
It's just the people that I saw, and I walked behind Shanann, and she was on top of CC. And I felt evil for what I did to Shanann.
He said he saw people behind Shanann. That's what he just said, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to
See,
that.
that's
I
what I'm
was-
saying. I don't remember him saying all that. This is where the black magic stuff comes in that people are talking about.
yeah, I'm going to go back to that
Hi,
because,
life is good. Welcome.
and I will not forget this man.
Yeah. Now I know some of
Life
the stuff
is
that's coming
good.
up in the chat
Welcome.
isn't exactly how it's being said, but I do know that's what he just said. The people were
Yeah.
standing behind her.
Maybe we can listen and not pay attention to the closed caption, but it's hard. So, okay, Tara, get your ears ready.
Yeah, yeah.
And Eve,
Tara.
everybody in chat, get y'all's ears
Park
ready.
them up. Park
There
up,
we go.
ladies.
Listen up.
The people that I saw, and I walked behind Shanann, and she was on top of CC.
Okay, let's do it. Go back a little further.
Whatever happened to him, this act of pure evil. What does that mean?
It's just the people that I saw, and I walked behind Shanann, and she was on top of CC. And I felt evil for what I did to Shanann.
And then he saw evil before what he did to Shanann.
Yeah.
So he saw evil people behind her when he saw what she was doing. And then right before he did what he did to her, he saw evil people. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yep. And it's interesting because he said he went up behind Shanann, and I actually think that's how he.
Did it?
Yeah, I actually think that is how he done it.
Yeah.
So that part I think is true too. So if you listen to that, it's saying he was seeing things,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
tells me he was like not in the right frame of mind, or
he's telling on the other people who were there.
he
And because he said people, so that
he said
makes,
people.
I feel like that's implying two for some reason. And I mean,
Yeah.
we just know there's like a Jim and then Kay. So I mean,
people's more than one person.
yeah. And they were behind Shanann.
Mm-hmm.
They were behind Shanann when he walked up.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
she was not on CC,
Mm-mm.
but they probably were behind Shanann.
Ronnie, I put both earbuds in. Got both earbuds in.
Good.
Yeah, he's saying evil in people. Maybe he's
Let's
saying,
see.
yeah, he could be saying the and in between.
Remember in the Wisconsin interview, he said
Yeah.
it was like,
That's why I said I
controlling
feel
him.
like I feel like when he's saying that, it almost gave me the feeling that someone was actually physically helping him almost,
Yeah.
or telling him, you're going to do this now, do it now, kind of thing. So yeah, when he said that in the Wisconsin interview, that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
That whether someone was actually physically helping him do it, or they were telling him like physically get it done already. Like we need to get this done.
Because didn't
you
he
know?
say it felt like somebody's hands were on top of his hands?
Yeah. Choking
Something
her.
of that sort. Yeah.
And
So-
then when and Kay talks about her in the interview, and she'll say that woman, and she's doing this when she's saying that woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's choking her.
Yeah.
Or choking something, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's it's and all the lies he puts truth in there too. And you can kind of tell because it's like he gets very adamant on certain things, but then when he's kind of lying,
Yeah.
not kind of his line, he's really low and just kind of like babbling and oh my god. But then when he's adamant about something, like I didn't kill my girls.
Yeah.
You can tell he's not lying because he gets real defensive
of fact.
and yeah.
Yeah.
And
Good
that's
point.
just my opinion. you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Didn't try to stop him, right? Because they were helping him.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
the house did have evil spirits. Once another family unalived in the house. They weren't unalive. They were. There was DV in that house.
Before they moved in?
No, after.
Oh, yeah.
The
Okay.
the Millers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they moved out, and that's I know that guy supposedly, I think he went to jail for a bit. I know they got a divorce though out of it.
Yeah, it was DV.
But I think, like Tara said, I think it's on like Native American ground though, or something. Because I said when we went down that neighborhood, before you even got to the house or even near it, the whole thing just felt creepy. The whole area
you were
felt
saying
creepy.
the vibe was not.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a neighborhood. It didn't feel like someplace you'd want to build a home. For sure. It didn't feel like people would even be in those homes. It felt, you know what it reminded me of? The movies in Poltergeist. That's what it reminded me of, really. Like when you're looking at the movie and the house gets ready to collapse on itself and all that kind of stuff. Like that's the feeling you get when you were sitting in front of the Watts house.
Like
and
there's a type of vortex.
Yeah, like a vortex.
Pulling. Yeah.
Like bad ley lines and things like that or something. But it's just bad land. The land is bad to begin with. So it probably would increase those things if they already existed.
Yeah. And some of what he was saying was correct too. You're talking about that he hit the glass out of her hand. Like he caught they show a video of her and her friend up there in the sitting room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not kissing, but kissing, and that's what he was upset about.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. The camera showed, the video showed that, and she tried to play it down. But I mean, yeah,
not worth slapping a glass out of someone's hand. But again, you kind of wonder with that relationship too. Was that probably like again? I don't know if that was the norm for their relationship or if that's something that started once they got into that home. They almost made it sound like the weird things between them started once they got in that home. But it would be interesting to know if it was before.
Well, there was like a couple of the pictures before she kind of dressed like Shanann a little bit, and I was like, and they kind of posed in some pictures and I was like,
yeah.
Yeah,
she made a comment about that when she was asked about it, and she said that she didn't try to dress like her, that like, they were just the same age and everybody basically wore the same clothes. But like Tara's from there, I went around there to Colorado with Tara. I didn't see everybody running around looking like Shanann,
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that's true or not.
Yeah.
But
It's
the
like she
house?
wanted to be her or something.
Yeah.
The hype of having the
Yeah.
Watts house. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah, but acted like they didn't want it. But yeah, like the house never belonged there in the first place. Yeah, like Wolfie's
Yeah.
saying that the house never belonged there in the first place. Almost all the houses don't belong there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They feel creepy. It feels like you shouldn't be there.
Yeah. A few people
It is
said the house
dark.
is very dark. Yeah.
And I don't think it has, and I'm not gonna say like the murders didn't make it worse. Of course it did, but I think it would have felt creepy like that before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it would have. It's not
Mm-hmm.
something like it reminded me of going on to the killing fields here and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's just that kind of, yeah, you just get a creepy
Mm-hmm.
feeling all over.
And
on
I
Manny.
think a lot of it is which is this isn't that type of channel. This is what I'm going to say is probably more for the Looking Glass channel or
Mhm.
or when we're discussing something else. But the drains have a big thing in that house for me.
Why is that?
The drains, because I just feel like there was something in the drains that could have helped them solve the case a little bit.
Mm.
The drain pipes in the system. I just feel
I
like
thought it was interesting. There was no water in the bathroom when they went
It-
into that. They had brought that up ahead of the bath. Like it was too clean. And even to say like, yeah, they were clean all the time, but like there wasn't even water in the bathrooms. Like it was
Yeah.
turned off to all the bathrooms. And that's weird too. Like why was that shut
Chris
off
said it
like
was
that?
because the girls played in the toilet, so they kept the water out of the
I don't
toilet.
think that's true because they were locking the doors.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how are they going to unlock the doors to even get in there to play with the water? They didn't have a key.
yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought that was weird too. It would be interesting to know if the bathrooms were used for something.
Mm-hmm.
That middle bathroom that connected upstairs somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
The draining
yeah.
system for me it just has always been like a weird thing for me.
Yeah, because when they go in that bathroom and say that, it has a weird feel to it too. It's not just like, oh, well, the water shut off for some minute reason. It feels like kind of nefarious.
Like there was a reason they had the water shut off. Yeah.
And not like just a typical, we don't want them flushing the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree though. I don't think that there should have ever been homes built there.
Yeah.
But you don't know until after I don't think you would know unless you research the land before. And they're not going to tell you that because they don't want you to stop in the first place.
To even know what was there before.
Mm-hmm.
Like hundreds of years before, not like 30 years before.
Like I wouldn't be interested in going back there even just to look at it. Like it felt that weird enough to where it's like I got what I came to see and I'm good. Never coming back.
Right.
Like there's really there's no reason to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, one other thing that doesn't make sense to me is, well, I don't know. Can you walk me through again? When you walked in, what did she look like? What did Shanann look like? All you saw was her back. Was it the same shirt that you buried her in? Same underwear? And then was she wearing pajamas?
Shanann?
Yeah, no,
That's what she sleeps on.
oh, she sleeps in her underwear. Okay, and no pajamas, no shorts, nothing like that. So then, when you grab her, just as is, that's how she gets to the truck, that's how she gets to the site. Okay.
So did Shanann ever go to bed?
Like when I put her back on the bed.
No, like when she got home. Did any of that happen, or she got into bed and then you woke her up at 4? Like, is all of that true? Because it looks like there's some purchase of some hair care products at like 2:30 in the morning.
At 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Do you remember where they said that she had went to get hair dye and it was declined? That's what they were talking about. And I wondered about that, and I'm kind of glad they brought that up because I had wondered if it was an automatic like shipment that would automatically bill to her credit card and then ship her hair dye out, or if she was in bed, because then she would have been awake in bed at 2:30. And I thought about that. Was that what she was doing in bed? Was she sitting there maybe going through like her different accounts, like trying to restock her stuff, and then something happened, and that's what she wasn't paying attention to?
Oh.
Yeah, so I wondered about that, if the Monet thing that came out for her hair that morning was automatic or if she did it manually.
Got you. Oh, I didn't even know that part.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened at that time.
There was family accounts that the Jack and Jill bathroom toilet leaked, so they kept the water off. Well, how do you just get it
Yeah.
fixed?
Right,
Jeez.
yeah. When we went to here a mosquito, here hum. When we went to the Watts house, that was probably going into the evening, I would think. It was probably like about 5 or 6 when we went, I think. Tara
Well,
would know
there's
because
a
I was with
a
her.
thing on the back of each toilet you can turn off, and the water won't go
Yeah.
to that toilet.
Yeah, the
There's like
little spout.
a little long looking
Yeah, there
thing
is.
that you can turn. Each toilet has it in case there is a leak. You can just shut that one off, and you don't have to shut all your water off. At least my house is like that.
Yeah, we
I
can
don't
do
know.
it here too.
I
Yeah.
don't know if everybody's is like that.
I mean, there should have been. Their house
Yeah,
was newer, so it
yeah,
should have. But yeah,
yeah.
there's a water turn off spigot on every
It
toilet.
should be. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank goodness, because I've had some leaks before. Unless now it'll still leak if your wax seal is messed up. You can't stop that unless you turn it off. You know.
See, but then
Yep.
when he had just said that too, like he's the one that told the story about them messing up the bathroom with the water and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't leaking too, but I mean,
Yeah.
that would have been a really easy thing for him to say too. Well, it was leaking, but I mean, they had all the water shut off. I think they even said like the bathroom sink was like nothing was working,
Yeah.
to my knowledge. But
Yeah.
again, could be wrong. I'd have to look into it more. But I'm pretty sure it was everything in that bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you go there in daylight hours? Y'all went there during the day, didn't y'all, Megan? You and
I think it
Tara?
was time. I think Tara's. I don't know if she remembers exactly, but I think it was like 5 or 6-ish, something like that. Probably getting close to like a dinner time. It wasn't bright, but it wasn't dark.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
you
the
can.
thing. Like it was really bright and sunny, like before we got there, and like right about the time we get ready to pull into, it gets really dark and like it's gonna rain, and it almost like a sandstorm type thing, kind of getting ready to like kick up or something. You know, but I mean, it
Like
wasn't
all
like
of a
that
sudden.
all of a sudden, and it wasn't
Yeah.
like that before.
Hmm.
So I thought it was weird
Yeah.
that it was like right when we got up to the neighborhood, and I almost got up on the house, then it started getting real dark outside, and all that stuff started happening.
Hmm.
So,
Bad juju area.
mhm.
You said you don't really use the credit card, so.
On credit cards, no.
Would you have bought hair care products at 2:30 in the morning, that morning? Did she?
So we know she was live at 2:30.
There's the money? when you
Assuming,
spoke
yeah,
of?
because
Is
they
that
never said it was
understood?
automatic.
Okay.
This is the first I've heard of that,
Okay,
as far as hair care products and the card being denied.
okay. And I'm not lying about that, I just, that's why I'm asking, that is something that came up.
Is there any reason that she would have a black eye? Shannon? Not from a slap or a punch or nothing like that? Never. Okay.
Punch or slap her.
Is there any reason she would have a stab mark on her body?
No.
Okay. And no other reason for death? Coroner's not gonna find rat poison in her stomach.
Now, you
The
looked at
only
the
reason she
autopsy.
died
They
is-
found black sludge in her stomach, which I always thought was odd. They never accounted for that. I don't know if anybody else in chat would know why that could have possibly been, but I always was wondering what was the black type sludge thing they found in her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else had brought up what they thought it might have been, and it was kind of a good idea, like that could have been it, but I can't remember for the life of me what they said it could have been. But
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that in the autopsy, which maybe when we get to it'll come up. But I'm curious what was in her stomach because they did say there was something in there.
Yeah, and they said that there was food partially digested that she had eaten like 2 to 4 hours before that.
Mm-hmm.
So there was food in there from that autopsy video that I watched, but there was no rugs,
Right.
no alcohol, and the alcohol level that was in her system was that would be in anybody's system who passed away, because you get an alcohol
An
build
alcohol.
up, and
Yeah.
the baby had no alcohol unusual levels, only the levels that would be from death.
Decomposition. Yeah, because I saw once where a guy had died in like a boat crash or something like that, and the insurance company didn't want to pay out, and they were saying that he had alcohol in his system, and everybody that was on the boat kept saying, no, he didn't, no, he didn't, no, he didn't, and they ended up finding out later it was kind of the same thing. You know, like
Mhm.
they said there was a natural release, but then I know there's also a certain amount it has to go above it, which would be interesting to know what that number is.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there is some channels who seem to have more redacted versions of
Yeah.
the autopsies than what others do. And it's like, I don't know where they get them from or how that works. Again, it would be
Mhm.
interesting just to compare later to see, but I've always
Mhm.
thought that was an interesting thing in her autopsy that a lot of people bring up about, they were wondering what could have been in her stomach that would have caused some type of black substance.
Yeah.
But they also did make a point that it's not in every autopsy that you can find. So, or like at
Right.
least every version. So some
Yeah.
is redacted and some isn't.
Yeah. And they also said that she did not put up a fight,
Right. Which I think
which
she would have.
means, but you know, if there's no rugs or no alcohol in her system and she didn't put up a fight, she had to either been asleep
Mm-hmm. Or it's unexpected.
or, in my opinion, chloroform could have been used. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, there had to have been, if it's not registering in her bloodstream, then it had to have been something that wouldn't register, which that won't
Yeah.
show up in your system, from my understanding.
Yeah, I think that's why they had a hard time with Casey Anthony's thing. Like it was almost like in aspects of the trunk, but they couldn't prove it on
Mhm.
the actual like tape or hair or things like that or something like that.
Mhm.
But it was in the fibers kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
chloroform, and that was the theory behind it. You couldn't trace it.
Yeah. And I agree. They were, in my opinion, they were gonna blow that up. They would have gotten insurance money from all three of them. Plus, NK had said, "Are you going to pawn her ring?"
Yeah.
So they would have done that also, and they wouldn't have known that they were even out there at the blow up site until after probably. And who knows, they might not have even searched for them out there. They might not have ever searched for them, and it might have been a closed case, as in she just ran off and was never found again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure insurance was part of their plan,
Yeah.
for sure. Listen, you cannot get up here, dude. You are too big. I mean, that my table ain't big enough for you, and the computer and the mic.
Give me
and
the purse. Put me in the
and
purse.
purse. Oh my
Put me in
god!
the purse.
I know, but it's right here. I'm surprised he hasn't got in it like he did earlier. All right. I want to listen to this a little bit more, Megan. If you
Yeah,
have
that's
time.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to get.
I'm gonna take a 1 more minute break. I'm gonna grab me some Tylenol real quick, and then I'll be
Okay,
right back.
yeah. I'd like to get through them talking about
Okay.
what they think here at
I'll be
least.
right back.
Oh my god, this cat.
Living, breathing, wasn't living, breathing after your hands on her neck. Okay.
What were you talking to Nikki about before your wife got home?
Before she got home,
You talked for like several hours.
I covered it, and we talked a lot, conversations, and random conversations, we talk a lot.
Does Nikki know about any of this? Seriously.
Well, she doesn't know, like, I mean, she knows, like, from the news and everything like that.
Anything else? Did you share with her anything? Did she know your wife was pregnant?
She doesn't know, and I told her that.
She didn't know at the time? How come you didn't tell her?
I was scared too. Felt like, you know, like she wouldn't even like gone on a date with me if she knew that, so it's.
Did she know you were married with kids? Yes.
I got to go back with that a second.
She know.
Date with me, no, I was scared.
She didn't know at the time?
She doesn't know.
Anything else?
She knows, like,
Seriously.
I'm trying to get back
Did
to where
Nikki know
you.
about any of this?
Did Nikki know about your new? Okay.
Seriously.
All right.
well, she doesn't know, like, mean, she knows, like, from the news and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. You do not? Did you share with her anything? Did she know your wife was pregnant?
She does now, and I told her that.
She didn't know at the time? How come you didn't tell her?
I was scared too.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like, she wouldn't even, like, go on a date with me if she knew that, so.
Dude, you're married and you're worried about she won't go on a date with you if she knew your wife was pregnant.
Yeah. Not that they should be going on a date to begin with.
Right? I'm sitting here, I'm like, what?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. More worried about what this girl he don't even know thinks than what he's
Yeah.
worried about what his wife and children are going to think when they find out what he really is.
That supposedly you've only seen for 6 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
but you're
Yeah.
that worried about what she's going to think.
Yeah, because that's what you should be worried about again. So typically alcohol, they can really exceed. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what that span was.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing that one about the guy with the boating accident and his wife, you know, like fighting with the insurance company. And so I always wondered what was hers. So it'll be interesting just to see.
Yeah.
You know. Cool. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Did she know you were married with kids? Yes, okay, but just not pregnant kids.
I told her that, you know, like, we had actively tried before we met,
Oh, try to get pregnant, okay.
so she knew that.
You can imagine that when we go talk to people going forward, everyone's gonna try to distance themselves from any of this.
Yes.
And so what's gonna happen when Nikki says, no, it was our plan to kill everyone and run off together?
She's not gonna say that.
Okay,
We're gonna talk to her.
absolutely.
We have to.
So can we get ahead of that for you? Can we get all that out right now? I mean, so are you sure she's not gonna say, oh, I kinda knew he was gonna kill him?
No,
She's not gonna say that?
no.
Okay. And she's not gonna say, boy, we were making plans about buying a house or an apartment. She gonna say that?
No, like, she was just, like, once I had my own place.
Did you hear what he said? So you're going to talk to her? Did you hear him say that?
Sorry, they're talking back there. So
Did you hear him say that? So you're going to talk to her?
no, I didn't hear him say that part.
I'll go back so you can hear him say it.
I didn't hear who he said it about, I guess is a better way to say it. I heard the apartment part right after.
Okay.
Everyone and run off together.
She's not gonna say that.
Okay,
We're gonna talk to her.
absolutely.
Yeah, just there he said it.
Yeah.
So can we get ahead of that for you? Can we get all that out right now? I mean, so are you sure she's not gonna say, oh, I kinda knew he was gonna kill him?
No,
She's not gonna say that?
no.
Okay. And she's not gonna say, boy, we were making plans about buying a house or an apartment. She gonna say that?
No, like, she was just, like, once I had my own place, like, we could, you know, like, hang out more.
Okay.
I'll hang
So
out
after the
more.
separation, after that dust settled, then you have availability to go see Nikki. You guys had talks like that?
Yeah, they like, she generally liked me.
Okay.
Please don't put her name out there, because she's been through enough in her life now.
Stuff like that, we never try to put out.
But I just feel like the press, if they got another affair, they would drag her through the mud. I don't want that.
Oh, really?
Try to do that.
Wow.
He'll drag Shanann through it, but not Nicole will
Yeah.
never.
He wants to lie on Shanann and say she killed her children when she didn't. And he wants to eliminate his family, but he don't want Nicole dragged through the mud.
He doesn't want to admit that Shanann was a good mother if she was. He doesn't want to admit that she wasn't unstable, even though his own friends come. And I say that because his own friend comes forward later and says that that's not true, at least from his experience. I'm not going to speak for everybody else's.
Yeah.
But what he said about Mark. Mark said I never said that. So that's what I'm saying. Like he's so quick to give up information that's not true to make Shanann look bad, but he won't say one thing to make his mistress look bad.
Right. And then afterwards, after he's convicted, he goes and his mom goes and she starts talking bad about her. And he's like, don't talk bad about Shanann. She was a good mom.
Yeah. But he does.
He was so, yeah. It-
Yeah, and because of the intimacy, yeah.
And because she,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the
mm,
only thing. You can say her search history had a lot to do with that. I don't
mm,
mm, yeah.
nasty.
But even that, like, you had to do all that to get him to like you. Like, I feel like that's a bit extreme. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't want
okay.
nobody to like me that much for
No.
me to have to do that much. I'm just saying,
Mm,
I'd rather be alone
yeah.
with cats and dogs and
I have my barn cat.
right. I mean, hey, I'd rather be by myself if that's what it takes. You can
Yeah. Yeah, if I got to do all that just to not be alone, I'd rather be alone.
no.
So,
Everybody has an exit for a reason. Just saying.
Press conflict with everything.
So what do you think about everything now? You feel sorry for what you did?
Really?
I wish I wouldn't have lost control and got off the Shanann and that. And then did that.
What? Taking out the little thing?
Yes.
So after we look at their bodies, we're gonna have a lot more questions. Things are gonna be different then, but if you're willing, we'd love to talk to you then too. You did really good today, Chris. Really good. I think you had about 24 hours of just a hellish nightmare thrust upon you, and you know, you certainly did what you did, but I think you took a lot of steps to make it better today.
Sorry I left you last night and sorry I left you today. It's not okay. It's just that
You were here for a reason.
there's a reason why that I came in because there's a reason why I come in with a lawyer either. So it's like, it's gonna happen. So
I appreciate that. You know, eventually they're gonna find them out there. So, I mean, it's kind of inevitable. I mean, you would just been sitting at home waiting for that moment to happen. And then what? Then what does it look like?
it looks. Probably just
There's many people that say that you're an amazing guy and you would never do anything bad and has never lost your temper and, you know, all those people that say that about you is just as many that would say that about Shanann.
Yeah.
So we're gonna struggle with that
I know.
for a while. I'm struggling with it right now, I'll be honest.
I know.
I'm a mom.
Anybody would.
How do we prove that Shanann did it?
And, oh yeah, that's the only thing.
We're gonna see her hand marks.
Her hand marks are not there.
Okay.
there gonna be hand marks, like they weren't smothered, you think?
I don't, shouldn't have smothered, no. And Bella, I don't know, but she was on top of her, and her head was shy.
No, no pillow on top of her.
I didn't see a camera. Didn't see one on her.
Why were there sheets in the trash in the kitchen?
Because those are the same ones out there. I didn't know what to do. I knew eventually this was you're gonna find Shanann. And you guys,
So she's still wrapped in the sheet and down in here?
it was just laying out to the side, or maybe the wind took it.
So it's right here now. It was just next to the side. Like you didn't even try and hide that?
I was so scared, I didn't know what to do.
No, they were gonna go back and hide it.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Were you
I
afraid
think
they
they
were
were
gonna
just gonna
start
blow it
showing
up.
up?
It's that simple.
I knew that they were on their way out there.
Rid of
but
all
I
of it
mean,
at once.
just
Yeah.
on the way out there.
So I know, before I forget, I know that they collected a lot of electronics at your house, like routers and that kind of stuff. Like that's not gonna show that she was using her phone like at a time that you said she was strangling the kids or something, right? Okay. What is the password to like all the electronics in your house? I know there was an iPad.
iPad.
Is there's not one for the Apple Watches? Is that
Guess they're bleeping out the password.
Yeah. And that's a pretty open house when you think about it. I don't know everybody's passwords. I mean, I know my kids because I
Is there a
change them, but I
router
don't know
for your
Chris's
password?
passwords and everything.
He knows the passwords to the routers and stuff, but he didn't know the password to her.
Well, she changed it, you said, right?
Yeah.
Right before.
Her
Yeah.
phone, she did.
But they made it sound like that he knew it before, though, right?
Yeah. Right.
what else is?
They probably were getting the old
Yeah,
one.
that one,
Yeah.
if it has a password, it'd be,
Because he couldn't get in the finances because he said she took care of all that.
Yeah.
And what about, is there anything else in the house as far as electronics go, tablets?
well, the iPad's the only real set. The other ones are the kids' stuff, but they're just like, on fires and whatnot.
Okay. And you have an iPhone what? Which one? Is that your personal one?
Yes, iPhone like 7 plus or something.
Wow.
What's your password?
They have it like iPhone 17 now.
Yeah, right. I know when he said that, I was like, that sounds so. Connor'd be like, wow, that's ancient.
Yeah. Right?
And obviously Shanann had an iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what was her password? Password.
The due date the next day. Nikki told me that one. Nicole told me that one.
Okay.
So it's Nikki's Nicole.
Yeah, we noticed that. It was good.
Nikki told him something.
So no other electronics. What about the Echo? Did
Due
you have a
date, I think,
password?
was the code. The new code.
It's been Nicole Atkins.
Yeah.
You just say Alexa and it starts listening.
Oh, it's Alexa. Is that Echo still?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
the product's called an Echo.
Okay. Any other ones that you can think of?
Where do you guys bank?
Chase in USA.
Which one was the, when you went out to dinner with Nikki?
Chase.
That was Chase. And USAA, is that mortgage, is that bank, is that?
Chase is our mortgage lender.
Okay.
Do you have checking through them too, right?
Yes.
What do you guys use USAA for?
We use that to pay mortgage too, but
Okay.
it's just another, she had that portion of me.
Okay. And any accounts that you had personally beyond all of this? Okay.
Breakfast.
Rex. I'm trying to talk here.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's so loud, I can't hear on the other side of the door. Might as well just let him
Oh,
in.
that, excuse me. 45 minutes, right?
Didn't,
You hear the kitty?
Here's there's another cat in here.
Yeah, he's looking at the window. You think it's in the window?
Yeah. Scout said hi, Rex. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't get a Scout asked why he didn't get a lawyer. That's a good question. I don't know why he would have never asked for a lawyer from the get-go. Maybe he really, again, maybe just really convinced he was such a good liar or whatever the hell was going on in his head. But I don't really think at that point, I don't care how good of a liar or how good, I mean, at this point, it wasn't even a good plan, but how well you think it's planned, I think you'd still get a lawyer. So
yeah, NA told CWC because she changed it. I think that's hilarious. I think that I admire her for that quick thinking because she knew something. She knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe too late, but not too late to think that.
Yeah. Well, and it shows too, like she had no problem. Like that's why I don't believe that, like, if she really knew, like he really told her what was happening, that she wouldn't have eventually just went her own way and been like, fine. You know what I mean? Because she'd been divorced before. Maybe she didn't have kids in the first divorce, but she'd been there before. She already knew how the feelings were probably going to feel. He didn't, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like if he would have told her what was going on, she wouldn't have been happy about it. She probably would have like kicked up some dirt leaving, like anybody should, but like, that's about it, you know? So,
I think she would have accepted it too.
Yeah, I don't know why they made it sound like she couldn't accept it. She had to get rid of the kids. Like it was just the end of her. I'm sure, yes, you feel that way when your relationship's ending, but I don't think it's something she wouldn't have came out of.
Right.
So,
right.
I think it's odd that they make it sound like that. Like she just couldn't get over him alone.
Yeah, I don't.
To the point she was gonna get rid of her own kids.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll try to do what about 15 more minutes, and then I want to see
how far are we into how much is left of this one.
Let me look.
Oh yeah, because we still haven't even looked at that one yet of him doing that thing.
Like 42 minutes.
Okay.
So, which one were we going to look at?
The one where he does the about marriage and his 9-minute video.
Yeah,
I mean, and we could almost just run it through because it's so short. I just want you to see it if you haven't seen it. It's so just day and night, you know.
I can stop this one here and bring it down since he's going through passwords and stuff like that. And you can bring that other one up if you want to, and we can watch that one.
Yeah, I think I can do it from here. Let me see.
He did not want the financial responsibility, and NK wanted to be the first, but she will always be the second. Yep. And he said that. She said that too. She will always be second fiddle. And I'm like, well, you knew that from the beginning. So why would you start something?
So
kick yourself off.
Stream. I was like, hold on, let me get it.
Kick yourself off. You knew you were going to be second fiddle. So why start it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You already knew that. So why did you start it? Even just say they got a divorce and everything was fine. Shanann went her way with the girls and he had to pay his child support and stuff. His kids should come first, not Shanann then, but his kids should come first. So that would have been something till they were 18 years old. So she should have knew that to begin with.
Yeah.
You shouldn't go after a married man that has kids if you don't want to be second fiddle.
No. And that's the thing about those. I don't understand how women like reason that and behave like that over that. Like, you get into a relationship with, people who have kids and a partner. And then once, it comes down to it, then they're all upset and they want you to just throw away your whole life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to care about your kids as more than you care about them. Like, it's just weird. Like, why would you even want a man like that to begin with?
Yeah.
They
were in debt. They were in debt. I don't know how bad, but, and I don't know.
I think they were going into another like bankruptcy, but
yeah,
they did it together. That's the thing about Chris Watson, that he knew everything that was going on in that household. So in the sense of like, he wasn't completely naive to all the money. He knew they had money problems. Maybe he didn't know the like capacity of it completely, but he knew it existed. And he signed up for the MLN too under his stuff, was paying money into it and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull it up on here and then.
He wasn't too worried when he was buying lunches for NK.
Yeah. Worrying how he's going to save up money to do all that, but not worrying how he's going to save up money to get himself out of the situation he created again.
Right.
Let's see. Or helped create, because both of them created that. But he should have been there to help fix it, not running off to a new woman and try to just escape it.
Yep.
So
I think she wanted I can't even talk. Shanann completely erased, wanted him all to herself. She played a big part in this, and absolutely.
And even just say they would have been together after her, and if him and Shanann would have got divorced and stuff like that, as soon as them kids would have turned 18, don't you know he'd have been gone along with her too if they would have stayed together?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if it would have taken that long.
Right.
But even if it wouldn't have, they would have been gone. He'd have been gone as soon as they kids turned 18.
Yep. And the seed wouldn't have been even able to be sprouted if he wasn't thinking that way already. I mean, 5 weeks. I don't care what you say. 5 weeks. That's not right.
No, that's quick. I don't know. I mean,
if you did this, it's much. You might as well say how long you've been seeing her, because it's much worse to say you did all this for 5 weeks.
That's what I thought. I think it's much worse to say it's worse, the whole situation, but to say, oh, in 5 weeks, I felt so sprung over this chick. I did all that. Well, then you're pretty mentally unstable to begin with.
Right.
You know? Let me see. I have it shared. I don't know if you have to approve it though, from your side, since it's your stream. Okay. If not, I mean, there you go.
There we go.
Okay. So let me see. I don't think I can open it any bigger, but I'll just start playing it. And hopefully if you can't hear it, just let me know. But
okay.
I think you should be able to.
My name is Chris Watts.
I can hear
my communication speech for Brenda Armentrout, and welcome to Broomfield, Colorado. It's about 70 degrees, and it's awesome outside, so welcome. I'm doing my speech on relationship deterioration and repair, and this is my PowerPoint to help you. Deterioration. The relationship begins to fall apart, crumble, or fail. You have weakening bonds. You get bored of the everyday routine, and you get distractions such as work, hobbies, relationships, no matter how harmless, even at the job. You might meet a new person, and it could strengthen into something else, and could weaken the bond you have with the partner you have. You spend less time with each other, and sometimes you have no time to maintain the relationship. Sometimes in a relationship, you maybe make promises that can turn into a major betrayal, or minor arguments that could turn into the things where you can say spiteful comments, which turn into bigger problems. The first phase of deterioration is interpersonal dissatisfaction, which when you become unhappy with all the everyday interactions with you and your partner. You also begin to view your future with your partner as a negative future. And the second phase is interpersonal deterioration, which you start to grow farther and farther apart. You share less of your free time with each other. You have more awkward silences at dinner, or when you're just out by yourself, you don't talk at all. You disclose less of your feelings, and you show less affection toward each other. When you have good communication, you show more nonverbal communication, which is the majority of the messages we send, like through gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, the tone of your voice. And there's many types of forms of communication these days, and it's the most successful groundwork for communicating for relationships. A few quotes that I've done research on from Elaine Schemberg: all relationships problems stem from poor communication skills, which is very true. And another quote from Schemberg and Sorjan: you can't communicate while you're checking your BlackBerry, watching TV, or flipping through sports section, which is very true. With technology nowadays, you'll be on your iPhone, your BlackBerry, at a restaurant, and you'll see two people at a table, and you'll see both of them on their phones, either Facebook comment, status, or maybe playing the game. There's no communication at all. Commitment is the degree of commitment affects your relationship. According to Hirofumi, not surprisingly, commitment is especially strong when individuals are satisfied with the relationship and grows weaker as individuals become less satisfied. You have to ask yourself 3 questions when you're in a relationship. Do I have a desire to keep this relationship going? Do I have a moral obligation to stay in this relationship? Or is it a necessity for me to stay in this relationship? According to my research, sometimes a necessity could be children. Sometimes when you have children and your relationship starts to deteriorate, a child could help repair it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell
All
he got that
relationships
from.
are held together in part by a form of commitment, either based on desire, obligation, or necessity. And when the commitment is strong enough to hold the relationship together, you avoid
Obviously,
arguments
yours
about
was not.
minor disagreements, and
Yeah.
you support one another.
He didn't do anything he's
When
telling you to do in
commitment is
these,
weak,
besides try to have a baby, and that was the wrong thing to do.
And the
Yeah,
relationship
that's
deteriorates
yeah.
faster.
Yeah, complete wrong.
You have 2 types of deterioration. You have sudden and you have gradual.
Well,
Sudden
yours was
would be an
sudden,
example of infidelity.
gradual.
When somebody is not faithful to their partner, the partners realize that the relationship cannot be sustained. Gradual would be if you met somebody at work or a new friendship has occurred, and you, as it goes on, you see that, okay, maybe this relationship has more potential than the relationship I have with my partner. And that would gradually push the
Foreshadowing
old
like a
relationship
mother
out
effer, right?
and push the
Yeah.
new relationship in.
Like you think he's not talking about his own life already.
Reasons relationships start to fall apart.
Did he get his
Sometimes
book?
you
Did
no
he get
longer
his
find
report back
partner
out and read it?
attractive physically
That's
Go
what I'm
buy
or
it.
in their
saying.
personality.
It's like he read it and
When
thought
you're in
that's
a
what he was supposed to
relationship,
say
you
in the
have to
interview
show desire
or
Yeah.
lust
interrogation.
towards your partner. Sometimes when you get married, that the lust and the desire kind of falls by the wayside a little bit. But if you want your relationship to keep going, I would suggest maybe go to a place where you first met, or go bungee jumping, go somewhere that will bring the
Bungee
excitement.
jumping?
You no longer experience closeness, or
Yeah.
when
You
your
can only feel
differences
excitement.
become more important than
Jump off a
similarity.
cliff.
Take apart your partner,
End your
and you
life
don't see
almost.
anything that you have in common anymore. You
If
just
you want to
see
feel
something
something.
he or she does, and it just gets on your nerves, and you just can't let that go. And you feel you might do better with someone else that you've met. You think that you can no longer do that. Your partner is someone that you can't be with. When you feel you are putting more into the relationship than you are getting out.
Well,
According
that
to
definitely
suicide
wasn't it.
reports, when a relationship breaks up, it's generally the more attractive one that leaves, which I agree with somewhat and then I disagree with. When in repair, the stage is not always pursued. Sometimes people, when the relationship starts to dissolve, repair is not an option and they want to get away and start new. When you want to go into repair, you need to analyze what went wrong and consider what ways of solving the problems.
Exactly.
You need to consider changing your behavior or perhaps changing your expectations for your partner. And you might also want to evaluate how you could feel in the relationship if it had ended. One of the first stages of repair you need to
Wasn't it yet?
recognize, identify the problem.
Yes.
What changes do you need to make the relationship better? Avoid
Don't
words
kill your
like
spouse.
always and never.
Yeah.
Say this to your partner, it just
Or your
makes
children.
the relationship go, makes it backtrack. You'll never get to the repair stage. You need to take responsibility for your feelings, not blame your partner. And you need to be descriptive when discussing grievances. Resolution and conflict resolution. You need to look closely for relational messages that will help clarify motivations and needs. Exchange perspectives and see the situation as your partner does. You need to own your own feelings and thoughts. Use active listening techniques.
Don't
Listen to your
lie.
partner. Make sure
Yeah.
they feel wanted. Make sure that they know that
He was trying to get
you're
run her off
there.
when
and
you
not
listen to what
in
he's
space
saying.
somewhere thinking about the baseball game that's coming up or the football game that's coming up, which I sometimes do.
No.
Think clearly before saying things you may later forget. Don't just blurt out something. Just think about it. Don't just, if something comes to your mind, then it might be wrong. I do that too. And keep channels of communication open. Always disclose your feelings. Don't keep things bottled up because it will later come back to bite you. Possible solutions. Discuss solutions that both you and your partner don't have a win-lose solution.
Would you quit moving that camera,
The
woman?
win-lose solution sometimes when somebody loses,
In and out, in
you'll
and
have
out.
hostility.
Yeah, and can you
and you'll
imagine
have
how
resentment.
proud this probably
Sometimes
made
they
her?
may
Like,
not
oh,
show
my
it, but
husband's
they will be
so
thinking it.
loving and in touch.
Need to affirm each other.
I do notice his
Support each other.
demeanor here is a lot
Positive
lighter.
evaluations, positive
He doesn't
Yeah.
look. He doesn't look. Um.
Numb.
He looks lighter here.
Yeah. He's moving
He don't-
more. Like you can tell he's a little bit nervous. Like he seems like kind of excited to be giving it, but also nervous. Where before you see him, it's almost like he's just nothing. Like a
He
blank
looks like he's
kinda-
got a personality here, a little one. It
Yeah.
ain't real big, and his sense of humor's not great. But I
But he's
mean, he looks
trying.
like it looks like he's got one here.
Yeah, like every now and then it peeks through or something, you know.
Yeah.
But I think like what he's
Yeah.
like all this stuff. So he knew what he should have been doing in the relationship too. But he clearly was doing a lot of this opposite to run her off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't as cocky there. You know, like when he gets into the interview, there's certain parts where he is there, and then
Yeah.
here he's just not. Like he's just trying to be like an
Yeah.
average guy, I guess it seems like.
I mean, he looks like he has sort of a personality here.
Yeah. There's only 1 minute left though, so let's see what he says. This
Oh,
last
yeah,
minute.
go ahead. Yeah.
Feelings. Always disclose your feelings, as I said, and cherish the gestures. I mean, it's a smile, a wink, a kiss, maybe just a hug, anything at all. Solutions into normal behavior.
Yeah.
Say you're sorry. I mean, sometimes it takes a lot to admit that just to say you're sorry, but it helps. Risk rejection by making the first move. Be willing to change, to adapt, to take a new task and responsibility. And in conclusion, I can say that relationships are hard, but they're worth it in the end. And as the Swedish proverb says, a double joy is a shared joy, and a double sorrow is not a shared sorrow.
And a double chin.
Right.
Well, and what I like about there's a guy running the camera. Sorry. What I like, what I don't like about it, but what I noticed about this was he says in his paper
Yeah.
was that you talk it out and you don't lie and you just say what's wrong.
Right.
And he says in his interview here, well, she already knew I was cheating on her, and all she wanted me to do was admit it, but I wouldn't admit it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, everything that he knows would have probably not maybe solved the problem, but at least put him on the next step to like, what do we do now? Like, let's separate if that's what we want to do, or try to stay together if that's what we do. He never gave her that option.
No. And
So,
she asked him to go to counseling. He wouldn't do that either.
That's why I think he was just trying to make her be the one to leave. You know what I mean? To just say,
Yeah.
well, you left and not me. Again, kind of like why guys always like what they'll start like an argument to take off a lot of times when they're in these kinds of, and I say guys, but the woman too, if she's cheating,
Yeah.
whoever's cheating will start an argument
Yeah.
to take off, things like that. So I feel like it's the same thing. He was like, well, maybe if I push her hard enough, I won't have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, she'll just take off. So like, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
see how just
making
not
the other
saying
one
what you're-
mad
Yeah.
enough. The easy way out, making the other one mad enough to they'll just leave, and you don't have to be the one to
Yeah.
get the ball rolling. You know.
Yeah, and I don't see how that wouldn't have been easier too, because like you still end up in prison for this, for what happened. So again, it wasn't just easier to say I'm cheating or I'm not happy anymore. You know, it was easier to
Yeah.
go to prison for life.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. It didn't. You didn't get nothing that you wanted.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely nothing. Go about it the right way. Yeah, I'm sure she would have been mad and probably threw a fit, and it probably would have been long drawn out because you had to sell the house. You would have had to deal with other
But it
stuff.
would be justified too. If she had
Exactly.
every right to be upset if she wanted to be
Yeah,
upset. You know, like you
exactly.
did something wrong, so you have to take, you know, what you've done wrong and deal with that. And I just can't
Mhm.
stand that they would completely refuse to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel the weight loss changed his whole personality. In his heavier days, he did have he seems nicer there. I mean, he actually seems like he has a personality.
Yeah.
And then after he lost that weight and started, and could the company, I don't want to say the company because I don't want them to slam me with
Yeah.
saying that they putting bad things out about their company, but could all of the patches and the stuff that they were taking, could it have affected them? I don't
If
know.
he wasn't really sleeping, maybe, but that still doesn't make you, I don't think, become like a family annihilator.
No,
So,
I think it was something outside of that he might have been mixing with that.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I heard things about one time, and again, of course, it would be alleged or rumored, but I mean, I heard that like maybe he was taking some of the I can't wait. I just want to say opioids. I don't know what it was that
Yeah,
they had there, but I kind of heard at some point that maybe they thought he had been maybe possibly taking some of them too,
yeah,
and
that's
that could have been a part of the issue.
mhm,
But it
yeah,
was alleged, of course. I don't think there'd be any way to know now because they never drug tested him. Why did they drug test him either
yeah.
after all this?
They took his footprints and his
Yeah,
handprints,
but you're
and
not going to drug test someone who just killed their whole family. Why not?
yeah,
Why that should be standard.
yeah,
Be drug tested in a situation like this.
yeah. Oh yeah, the book she sent him. Yeah, he threw it away. He didn't even
Mhm.
try.
I didn't even
Mm-mm.
open it from what they said it looked like.
It was like vitamin B and caffeine in the patches.
Yeah, but it was so much that if you get
Yeah.
enough of some kind of like, I guess you'd call it an amphetamine of some sort, it's gonna
Mhm.
make you like all hyped up like an amphetamine would.
Yeah,
And that's what he's saying. He wasn't sleeping for days and things
yeah.
like that. And then you don't know what NK was giving him
That's what I'm
in the
saying. He was
tea.
mixing it with something.
A
There
lot of
was
different
something.
stuff.
Yeah, there was something keeping him
And he said that
workout
tea
stuff.
would knock him straight out.
Yeah. Could he have been on a steroid workout stuff?
Maybe. Yeah, because I mean, there's other stuff too that will hype you up, like creatine and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know I used to take it when I worked out and stuff. I know there's different kinds you can get, but when I
Yeah.
used to take creatine when I worked out like a long time ago, like it would make you itch. Like it was so like, so if you weren't working out, like you probably would, I mean, you probably go nuts. like, like
Yeah.
trying to like get the energy out.
Yeah. 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 And there's been many wrestlers and that took those steroids, these weight lifter guys that took that kind of stuff, and it just made them.
Chris Benoit, he killed his whole family.
He
I was gonna
did.
look into him.
I
Yeah,
was too.
Yeah, because Tom Glider or Lee is on here a lot, and he likes Ashley. He liked Ashley. Well, she's not around anymore. She's passed away, but I can't think
Yeah,
of
it starts her last name. I can't. It starts with an M.
Yeah, I can't remember it for the life of me right now. But she was in the WWE or whatever, so was he, or something
Yeah.
along that lines. And
Yep.
so I wanted to look into his too, just because I mean, he was one that was just a really interesting one. Because I mean, kind of what happened, but you really don't know mentally where they were, like what
No.
thinking and how much the medicine or drugs really messed with their heads.
Yeah. Yep.
I was always interested in Chris Benoit's.
I was too. I've watched the documentary on him, and I kind of feel like, yeah, that's probably what happened, but I kind of feel like there might have been some stuff that led him to that.
Yeah. Something had to have. I think you
Yeah.
get to a point where you do just start like probably hallucinating or being delusional or something
Mhm.
like that and just hear things and see things. And it would be interesting to know, like what it's like leading up to that but again, so many of them people, I think they do end up killing themselves or other people. You never really know what they were thinking or
Mhm.
feeling right before.
I almost feel like he was given something by somebody.
Chris
Like
Benoit.
somebody was feeding his.
Yeah, because there was something that was supposed to be like right before, like that week before, something happened and he was like starting to, I don't remember what it was, but like he was starting to like write things down. And again, paranoia, they're saying from like steroids or something, but I don't think it was just that.
No.
Because he had been on them for a long time
Yeah.
at that point. So what
yeah.
heightened it so much that week before?
Yeah.
And then even when he did to his kids, like it was like when I found out too, how he killed his kids, that was like really shocking.
Yeah.
What Chris Benoit did to his kids.
That's why I was thinking it was something he was like, kind of like I feel with Ann Heck. I don't really think in the big scheme of things she would have gotten her vehicle and drove like that. That's just my opinion.
No, they said she didn't even have anything in her system either. They said that she was not because I just watched something on that too, and I want to say they said there was no alcohol or I'm just gonna say drugs because I mean that's but they did not find any of that in Ann's autopsy
Yeah.
or any of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
and they have her on camera where she's talking to people a little bit
Yeah.
before it happens, and she doesn't look like there's anything wrong with her there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and you can control them cars from a distance. So I don't, I just think that's interesting too.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize that you got OnStar and all that kind of stuff. Anything, a lot of these cars come with it now. Like you can control that car from anywhere
If you know how to do it.
if you know how to do it and you have the right people to do it for you. Yeah, you can
Yep.
control all them cars. And
Yep.
it wasn't just hers that did it either. There was somebody else's car who did it not that much before or after Anne had passed too. And I can't remember. I'll look it up to see, but he was an actor. It was a guy. His car did the same thing, and they couldn't prove that somebody didn't manually make the car do it from
Yeah.
a distance.
Yeah.
And then they brought her case into it. And they were saying about Ellen DeGeneres, and they think
Yeah.
that she had a lot to do with Anne's car. And I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Yep.
it should be an interesting one to look into.
Because Anne was gonna, she had her own podcast,
Yeah.
and Heck did, and she was starting to talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was saying the things that they had done to her, and
quiet-
stuff too.
yeah. She was saying the quiet stuff out loud.
Yeah. All the stuff they don't want you to hear at all. So
Bob Saget, quiet stuff out loud.
yeah. And I found something interesting too about him. And now I don't know if his was, I kind of heard that when they said that he had like a fracture in the back of his skull, and they tried to say it was like the way he jumped into the bed or something like that. Real stupid, like a real stupid excuse as to it.
I dove into Bob Saget.
Do you think it had to do with the vaccination? Because I heard a mix between they thought it was the vaccine and they were trying to hide that, or somebody actually because he was speaking.
This is what I believe. I did a reading on Bob Saget, and he had done a stand-up. He was a stand-up comedian, and he had just done that, and he was going back to his room. And there's an interview, but right before he goes up to his room for the night.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I'm going to do a reading. And I done my reading, and I was like shocked I wasn't shocked because I kind of had a bad feeling when I did it. But my opinion is when he went up to his room, there was a room adjoining his room. But you know how you they lock the rooms. And so they're like, well, nobody got in his room. His room was, was you talking about Paul Walker, Ronnie said?
That's it. Yeah, it's Paul Walker.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
I was thinking Paul Walker, but I was thinking earlier. I was thinking not that long ago. But when he went up to his room, they were like, well, he was upstairs, so nobody could get on his balcony. And I believe that. And they're like, in an adjoining room, but it was locked. So here's my thing. He was talking. He was starting to talk. He was turning against the things that were going on. And I fully believe that somebody let somebody in the adjoining room and unlocked it.
Okay.
When Bob Saget went to bed and he went to the bathroom to get ready for bed, he was attacked in his room.
Mm-hmm.
And because after I done my reading, I'm like, he was hit very hard. He was hit, and for me, I see a baseball bat. I don't know. I don't know if that's it. After I done my reading, so the person then goes back out the adjoining room and everything is locked up. So you wouldn't know the difference. He's put in his bed. They put him in his bed.
Yeah.
So later on, somebody sent me, they're like, you need to look at his autopsy report. So they sent it to me, and it was a video of Emmy in a corner and different people talking. He was hit with the same thrust or force that either he fell from a high-rise building or it was in a car wreck.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have those, and he had frontal lobe injuries.
Yeah.
If you have frontal and back lobe injuries, you are not going to get yourself up, walk to the bed, and get in it.
They said he couldn't have with the type of injury he had.
No way.
Yeah. And see, and that's why I asked about if you had heard the vaccine theory. And the only reason, and I'm not,
I
making this
have.
big, and the only reason I say that is because there was Heather McDonald, who was a stand-up comic or comedian, and she passed out. She fainted on stage right after she was on stage talking about how she was a super vaxxer and she had all of them and she had all the COVID boosters and blah, blah, blah. And she passes out right in the middle of the thing, cracks the back of her skull open. Both of her eyes are blacked out and everything, right? So then she talks about how the same thing happened to Bob Saget. And right before that happened, he's on a line talking about how he just been super vaxxed. He had just got all his boosters and all this stuff. So that's why I was curious what you thought about because it easily could be hitting your head either way. But I kind of was curious if you thought,
well, I mean,
because of what he was saying too, because he was talking out against things too. So you have both scenarios that are true, really.
I mean, they could have given him that and it didn't affect him to hours later, and they were able. That's how they were able to attack him like
cover
that.
him up. Yeah, and still cover it up. But either way, it was rather a cover up for what he was saying, or it was a cover up attached. So they were trying to hide what the vaccines were doing. But either way, they were hiding something that was being said or coming out from him.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Heather brought that up later, because she passed out on stage and she had the same crack to the back of her head, almost in the same exact place. And then her eyes were completely black.
Yeah.
Blue. So she had brought it up on a podcast.
Yeah.
That it made her wonder about Bob Saget.
His autopsy was way worse than that.
I didn't see his autopsy.
Yeah, it was like they said it was the force of a car wreck.
It was a car wreck. They said he would have had to be hit from like 50 to 80 miles per hour or something for it to crack his skull the way it did. So that's what they were wondering about Heather when she said, she cracked it the same way. But I didn't know he had a crack in the front too. I only knew about the back.
Yeah, he had it in the front and the back. And I'm like, you know what? You cannot get yourself up. I mean, logically thinking, you cannot get yourself up and crawl and tuck yourself in the bed. There's just.
Yeah. I mean, not with that kind of blow.
No, not with that kind of blow. Now, could they have given him the vaccine and it helped them? Absolutely. Absolutely, that could have been a thing. But, he had an adjoining room. What's to say somebody didn't? I feel that.
And who booked the room too? That would be a good thing to know. Did he book it or did somebody else? Because if somebody else booked it, then because there's Chris Cornell too. And Chris Cornell kind of also connects to like Anthony Bourdain and Chester Bennington and Avicii, or I think it's Avicii, or he was but they were all starting to come out against the child trafficking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing with I just said his name, not Chester Bennington, but the one before. Oh, Chris Cornell. I want to say he had no joint room, but the same thing. Like he supposedly had, hung himself or whatever. I don't want to do all the censored words because I can't even think to do that at this point.
Right.
But when they go in there, like the way that it's pulled on the door, like it's pulled from the outside, not the inside. He's got blood all over the bathroom. I mean, there's no way this man could have done that to himself. And the same thing that they're saying, like anybody could have went in, even though the door was locked. There was other ways to get in, and then he had bodyguards that would have had keys to these rooms, and they happen to be put into these adjoint rooms. It's always the maid that finds them.
Joint,
or their bodyguards, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I kind of think about Chris Cornell's bodyguard, his wife, kind of for some reason. I just don't like the story of how it went with them, but it just shows you how close it is to them a lot of times too. So why would they suspect anything when it's their bodyguard or their wife or their whatever, But it made me think of that, how those are kind of similar and the same thing with like Whitney Houston, all those people eventually.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, all hanging.
Kate Spade.
I did her too. And they all the same way. These little tiny bungee cords that couldn't even do it to. And Chris Cornell was tall. Chris Cornell was like 6 foot tall. So for him to even have done that. Anthony Bourdain. But their feet would have been touching the floor. So they couldn't have.
Because Anthony Bourdain he was a big man.
Yeah. Him and Chris Cornell. I don't know if Chester Bennington was that tall, but him and Chris Cornell were 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Easy 6 foot taller.
Mm-hmm.
So, but neither one of their feet would have been off the floor.
No.
So
this is why I truly enjoy your channel. It's absolute. Oh, Doris, you great minds definitely thinks alike. You're not the only one who thinks as Tammie about Bob. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I was really curious about it, because Heather's the one that and somebody else had brought up the the vaccine. And I was like, just because Heather had the same thing happen, that's why I was curious about what you thought of his. Because again, I didn't know he had a crack in the front. I only knew about the back. But so that if there's one in the front, then I would think the scenario that you're giving is a lot more likely than the vaccine theory.
Yeah.
So that might have just been a coincidental.
And you know what? There's no telling what they're putting in theirs. I mean,
there's different kinds. There's different kinds of vaccines too.
And they have these personal doctors. Look at Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They have these personal doctors that take care of them. And, he took care of Michael Jackson all right.
Oh, yeah, he did.
So you don't know that these personal doctors aren't doing the same thing.
And that's really what they're giving them to begin with. Like, I wonder that about Britney Spears. Was it really just lithium they were giving her, or were they giving her something else? Because she even said she never saw the bottle. I would never just take something somebody's giving me. I don't care who you are, what you've been paid to do. I will go to a hospital and go to a complete, doctor who's outside of, I don't know. But it shows you all these people who are paid into their things. They have an agenda. They're getting a paycheck, and so, I always thought that about Britney Spears, though, too, how much medicine they were giving her. Because that poor girl, whatever they put her on, as long as they did that stuff, would just rot your brain, that lithium.
Yeah.
So even if she had no mental, which I don't think she had like they said she did, she definitely probably does now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you done fed that girl full of lithium.
Yeah. And look at Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
He had so much going for him. I don't really see. He had a young son. I don't see.
Well, same thing. Mary Kate or whoever he was dating, they sent the bodyguard. They were the first people there. I think it was like 3 of them, or they came back 3 times. Maid found him. That's what I'm saying. They're all made. It's just crazy.
It is.
And a lot of their wives, like Chris Cornell's wife, she's always fighting with everybody, trying to keep the money away from and keep the songs to her and not the children and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just think that some of that stuff's odd to me too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I just feel like Chris Cornell's wife, in my opinion, kind of knows a little bit more.
Well, I also think that about Bob Saget.
Yeah. I saw that too, kind of toward, and now that you mentioned that, she says something about on a podcast. Now, again, it's almost like you can say where Shanann says the same thing. Oh, Chris is going to kill me. But she says something similar like that about Bob Saget, pretty much about you being dead would be easy or something like that. She says to him, and then he ends up dead. So I don't know. And she gets married pretty soon after, I think they bring up too.
Yeah. I loved Robin Williams. I kind of have a side eye that way also.
Yeah.
About his.
Oh, his wife too. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. In a lot of those interviews, you listen to what they say, and it just doesn't. Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I just did that reading. 100%.
Yeah.
I still will say that's one of my favorite readings because of just the energy.
Yeah.
I've never had it. I've never had an energy quite like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain. I think you should do one too, because you'll like just like the energy that's just laid back. Just
yeah.
Just
that would be a good one. Let's take that off. So.
Yeah.
But
well, I have enjoyed it. We will finish up this interview next time, and I will try to get that the one that I just found for the pings. I'll go through that and see how that video works out. Okay. I really hate that they took the map down because
I know. That was a good one. I really am disappointed about that one. I almost kind of wish I just would have screen recorded. I'm going to start doing that, like screen recordings, because I notice how much that happens, now. Like you kind of will go look at something, you go back and it's gone. And again, I'd love to know why, because there was nothing in that video that we didn't already, except there was actual maps, like placing people in actual areas. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
I wonder if she took it, like privatized it. You can private it and it'll still be on your channel, but just people can't see it.
Yeah. And
so
you do that too during editing.
Because it hadn't been up very long, had it?
No, it was just like last week or something. I sent it to you. Not even like the 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then she took it down.
Mm-hmm.
Sad, because it was what it was showing y'all the pings of NK that morning.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that she was in that area that morning. It shows that is not a normal route for her, and it is out of her way going to work, but her phone was pinging there.
Yeah, and
Right.
it showed when they were talking in the middle of the night too. So like how she wasn't near the home when it pinged at like 6 a.m. So it showed even where she was when they were talking in the middle of the night. So how it went from over here to the middle of the night to over here, like
Yeah.
right there, and then back over here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Like
I
she
like
rushed back over there
that. Yeah.
to be there that at that time of morning. So it shows the pings in the area. So that's what we were going to show, but for whatever reason
Yeah.
they took it down. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know anybody probably that isn't in here now that doesn't think that she was in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't
But
really
if,
know too many people really. So
but I mean, if you don't, that's okay too.
yeah.
You know, that's okay too.
Let us convince you. No,
Yeah.
that's what we're here for, to convince
Right.
you.
Right. Right. So,
So,
but once we are gonna do some more with his interviews and get him, and we may do NK's interview because I think she just has one.
yeah.
We may do her interview before we go into Shanann's.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think that would be a good one just because of
yeah,
how she talks about her and she calls her like that woman and stuff. And it's like, you're
yeah,
that woman. Like, you
yeah.
know what I
Her,
mean? Like, you're
does
the other
she
woman,
say
not her.
the girls or those kids?
Oh, she's so
What is she?
cute.
I forget how she puts them. Yeah, she
Mm.
has 2 interviews. Okay. I knew it was 1 or 2. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
And
there's two, but I can
yeah,
only think of one in my head.
well, there's one where she's by herself, and then there's
Yeah.
one where her dad is in there,
Okay.
but I don't think that's on camera, maybe.
No,
And
that
then
is, he's off to the side.
okay,
Yeah,
and
so
then
that's
there's one at the park, but
just the
that's
recording.
only audio.
And I think that was like her attempt of like her what was the Scott Peterson one that she looked up, Amber Fry or something? That was her attempt of her Amber Fry interview, because even in the photo she's dressed up like her with like the and she looks up the outfit, and they compared it later, and I was like, holy crap, she really did go get like the same like looking kind of shirt and jacket and try to look like Amber Fry. But I think that's what she attempted with that park interview one. But yeah, the first one when she's by herself is when she's like that woman and she's like clenching her
Yeah,
hands like she's
yeah.
choking her. She doesn't do that in there with her dad, of course.
No,
But
Yeah, he does most talking in there.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Thank you very much, Megan and Tammie. Have a wonderful and blessed evening and awesome week, everyone. Sending everyone peace, love, blessings to all. Thank you, Scout.
Thank you, Scout, and you too, everybody. Y'all have a great
Yes,
week also, and thank y'all so much for joining us for our
100%.
live. Yeah, has 200. Okay, and one in the park. Yeah,
One at the park. Yep.
so we'll
One at
definitely
the
check
park.
those out.
Yeah, that's where she's walking her dog.
She's trying to flirt with the guy, pretty much.
That she said her and Chris bought together. It was my understanding.
Did she say that? As I said, I want to see it. I
Something
haven't
like
listened
that.
to that one too
I
much.
think so. Maybe I heard so much that I'm just kind of making that up. Not on purpose, but I mean, yeah, I don't know why she would be taking hundreds of pictures of the dog and sending them to Chris if they didn't buy
a dog together. Yeah,
the dog together.
that was her attempt to show him what a good mom she was going to be. Yeah. So. She wanted to have a boy, so look how good I can take care of this dog. But
Life is good. We appreciate you coming in. Haven't seen. I don't know if I've seen you before, but if I have and forgot, I'm very sorry. But welcome. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody coming in. Thank y'all very much. Thank you for all the sweet mods doing a great job. Thank you for spending most of the day with me and Megan. We've been on here quite a bit today, so that's a record for us.
yeah, in a while, huh? I know.
Yeah, but we haven't enjoyed it, and I'm so glad Megan spent the day with me and haven't been here for a while. Well, welcome back.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
Nice to have you here.
Yes, and probably next. I got Monday night. I have a coach pitch game to go to. And Tuesday night, I have a T-ball game to go to. It's his first T-ball game. So it will be interesting.
Yeah.
My oldest grandson says, like, they just picked the grass and look in the dirt. I'm like, They're T-ballers.
Dick in the dirt.
You did that too when you was a
Yeah.
T-baller. So, you gotta leave them babies alone. They'll figure it out. But
Yeah, let them eat dirt.
that's right.
The only time in their life they're going to be okay with eating dirt.
Yeah, the coach actually come up and said, your grandson's one of the only ones that knows how to run to first base and not third base. I'm like, well, I said, we get out in the yard and play a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
I try.
yeah, I can't take any credit. He's very smart. So, but it's gonna be fun to watch them out. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
that'll be exciting.
Welcome back, and so glad to. That's right. That's right. So, what I'm trying to say to get to that
Yeah.
is probably Wednesday or Thursday,
Okay.
whatever night you want to do. Then we'll do yours, and then we'll do mine the next.
Okay.
Whenever you want to do that, that'll be good.
Yeah.
We are playing the Looking Glass. We're gonna do some paranormal for y'all.
Yeah, let us know what paranormal things y'all are interested
yeah.
in. So we were talking about that and kind of trying to figure out which ones we wanted to start with for y'all.
A future New York Yankee player, maybe, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let us know. We're looking at maybe some
Ghost one.
prisons, some
Oh, yeah.
haunted prisons, some ghost stuff.
Sarah's favorite, haunted hospitals and prisons.
Yep,
Coming
there
for
we
you,
go.
Sarah.
We can look at some cryptics.
Yeah.
We can start there. So just if you want to, you can leave it in the comment of this video, this live. Once it uploads, you can go over to Megan's and leave a comment in one of her lives that we've already done. Either way is good. You can put it in our community post. We'll see it there too. Tell us what you'd like us to talk creepy
Yeah.
on the Looking
Creepy
Glass
to me.
or Megan's, either one. We want to do some fun things, so
Yeah.
let us
Change it up a
know.
little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us know. And we're up to do readings too. If you want free readings, we're up to doing those. There'll be mini readings, but they'll still be readings, so we can do those again on the Looking Glass. So just let us know.
Absolutely.
Let us know what y'all would like, and we will get on it. We will try to figure it out because we got a lot of cryptids so we can talk about. There's lots of them.
Yeah, especially between where you're based and I'm based, between Texas and Louisiana. There's lots of creepy stuff along the way.
There is lots of creepy stuff. Yeah, so we definitely can. Megan's. Thank you, Scout, for putting that up. Megan's. Well, I just skipped right over it. There we go. Megan's.
Petition.
Man, my brain is starting to
it's just it's getting late and we've been talking so much today. I can't even think no more. But so this is going to be the petition for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, which is to bring in new investigators for his missing persons case. So that is going to be in Sumner County, Tennessee, if you're not familiar with it. So please, check it out and sign it and share it with someone else who you think might also be interested in signing that and kind of following through that case with us. And hopefully we can get some movement on Sebastian's case with that petition. So everybody who signed it, thank you.
If you have a channel, maybe if you can put it in post it in your community, or they don't call it community post anymore. They just call it post. If you can post it there too, that'll help.
Yeah.
I'm going to post it again in mine.
Okay.
So we can, I can put it in both my channels. So that way, so if you can or share it, 6:48, that's good. Cause what was it?
It was 6:30, like 1, I think, or something a couple weeks ago.
That's
so,
what I
and
thought,
it's actually it's gotten a lot since we just started in November. So that's getting a lot more. And thank you again so much to everybody who's signed it so far. It's super important.
It's so nice. 6:48. That's good. It was 6:31. Okay. Keep us straight, Scout. Somebody's got to
keep us in line
this time of night. Somebody's got to keep us straight. Yeah,
right.
That's awesome. That's gained a lot. Hey, if we can gain that much in every week or every other week,
we'll be to 1,000 pretty soon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. So everyone have a wonderful Monday, because if we don't have a Monday, then it'll be a terrible Tuesday. So we might as well start somewhere, and we might as well start with Monday.
Yeah, right. Whether you like it or not.
Right, that's right. That's right. So stay cool wherever you're at, because it is hot here. Stay warm if it is cold. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Stay healthy and happy.
Right.
Have a great week. Have positive week, and we will see y'all sometime during the week.
Yeah.
But thank you, Megan, for being here. I appreciate you. I love you, my friend.
I love you too.
And I thank everybody for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and God bless, and
Yep.
good night.
Bye. Bless y'all too. Y'all have a good one.
Love ya.
Love you. Love y'all too. Bye.
Bye.